Just a test of the system, folks. We'll be getting here in just a moment. Show will start soon. And hello and welcome. This is the Friday Night Pro League, week number 6, live from Central Park Lanes in East Boston. 2 Central Park Lanes teams, in fact. Central 2 as the designated visitor, technically, and the home team is Central 1. My name is Greg Gouillart. This is Candlepin Bowling Network, and with me alongside on the call is Paul Grant.
Hey, Greg, I made it. How you doing?
Doing okay.
A long road day today. Long hours on the road today. Glad to be here. Got it like 2 minutes ago, just in time.
Yeah, the traffic was wicked into here.
Car repair and picking somebody up and getting stuck in traffic. Very glad to be here with you all tonight, this beautiful Friday night. Here's Cliff Walker from Maine. Bowls at Westport Bowlington in Westbrook, Maine now. Formerly Stars and Strikes, South Paris, Maine. Troy Fournier at Beltwell's Bowling Center, Concord on the left. Cliff Walker for a spare, missed right, has the 6 and 10. And Fournier goes in the same spot. Captain Rich Limone for Central 2, Central 1 is Peter Penney. Walker, a 10 to start his first of 3 strings, and Fournier gets a 9, up 1. Hello, Mr. Greg Gouillart, how are you?
Hello, Mr. Paul Grant. I'm doing fine, thank you. Good to be back here, and great to have a rotating cast of commentators on Candlepin Bowling Network, bringing you just about every single Friday night Pro League match. And it's a pleasure to be back in the mix.
Walker on the crossover, a bucket shot they call in Canada. Troy Fournier goes right, 4-2 split. Are we live tonight?
Oh, yeah, we are.
Awesome.
Internet pending technically, but I think we're off to a good start here. Do shout out in chat if something's going horribly wrong here, but...
Walker can't reach the king, but Fournier gets them all for a nice 6-pack spare. 4-2 split, give him a mark. Walker for the 1-pin lead temporarily, does not. 19-19, a ball for Troy Fournier in Central 1. The newly revamped Central 1 teams with Matt Nichols bowling anchor tonight. Have you run the lineups down, the rosters down for the teams?
There we go. Rich Limone and Stephen Botte up next. And you saw the rest of the order on screen briefly. Alosa, Hutchinson, and Winiarz for Central 2. Penney, Douglas, and Nichols for Central 1.
Aloha, Alosa. Tiny bubbles. Rich, one of the captains, battled a lot of injuries the last couple of years. Great team captain for years. Captain Hatchman in the worlds and mixed worlds. 1, 2, 7, 8 in lane 16. Lane 15, Peter Penney, the captain with 2 N's. Penney with an E. P-E-N-N-E-Y. Without the pasta. Penney, no pasta.
I'll get that fixed.
5-1 split.
There we go.
Appreciate comments on the screen. Limone goes inside. This is the 1 and the 7. 7 falls after all. Just number 1. Penney, tough shot. He goes right and punches out the 3-9. That's the 1-7-6-10 right. Traditionally the 1-6-7-10 is called.
Getting on that 3-pin is going to make it complicated for Peter.
But some bowlers don't know the pin numbers, so I try to get a little more detail where they're located for your convenience. Limone a 9 to start his match. Penney looking for an out. Does, gets an 8, and they're down right now.
It's a good point. We always bring up the pin numbers, but don't always explain them on every broadcast. The head pin is number 1, closest to the bowler. 2 and 3 left and right in the second row. 4, 5, 6 left to right, and 7 through 10 left to right on the back row.
And sleeper pins are the 8 and 9, correct?
And the 5 sometimes.
5 too, right. 5 gets a little bump up in the action, a little bumper. It's a little further in. Limone goes right, 3 and the 9, half west to right. Here's Peter Penney. Captain to captain here. Crossing over 7, 6 wobbles right, 9 to the left of the 6, 7 left corner. First to 3. Charlie Collins, the Terminator in the house.
Central 3 also in action. I don't have a mic set up just yet, but I'll get there in a second. Limone's try on the half Worcester slashes out a few pins, won't convert. Penny's try really has to shoot the ball off the wood, perhaps.
Oh, that good for Penney. That good, didn't it, Greg?
Yeah, hit the cap, unfortunately. Not a bad shot at all, though. That was very close. I need to never do that again.
Limone picks it up for a 10. Peter Penney, a 9. So we got a tied score, I believe. It was a 2-pin lead for Central 1. Let's see.
Yes, it is. Limone 10.
Penney a 9.
Penney 9.
Scores are unofficial here. So 30, make it 38-36. 2-pin lead for the visiting team in their home house. Here's John Alosa on the crossover. Having a fine season. Number 1 in the Atlantic Candlepin Singles Tour Class B, the current champion from last season also. Stephen Botte. for Central 1 on the left. Alosa with a wood. Got it. Spare. He's one of the top averages so far. He was number 1 after week 1 on away average, which is based on away matches, even though you're home sometimes.
That's exactly right. It provides an even mix of houses, including a few select home matches, I believe, slightly before or after the so-called position weeks, and that helps create a true composite average.
Botte and 8, these are the 1-5 center Worcester.
Saying composite average plagiarizes duck pin bowling a bit, excuse me. Sorry, not sorry. Imitation, the sincerest form of flattery.
Alosa on the crossover again, 8 in the spare, 18 through 1, 6 to 9.
Here we
Botte
go.
crossing over, he gets 9. 10, strike, swept off the king, delay the game.
And that's a timely strike by Botte. Sorry, Paul. Alosa just gets away on that spare there. So right back in your face, Alosa feels good, then gets a 10, but Botte has a strike hanging, and Central 1 equalizes again.
John, 18 through 1, 28, and the ball through 2 on Candlepin Bowling Network on YouTube. In high definition, free to subscribe. Let's pause 6.1 seconds for a quick update from the soothing sounds of Greg Gouillart.
6.1. This is Candlepin Bowling Network on YouTube and sometimes on Facebook as well. Please subscribe on YouTube and hit that like button, please, the thumbs up button, so that more people can discover the video and enjoy on this Friday evening. So not 6 seconds.
I should give you 8.7. My fault. I'll work on that.
I need a budget increase.
Hutchinson 4-2 split. Powers down the 4. Tornado time. Tim Douglas. Run up in the ICBA championship last weekend. Greg and I enjoyed doing together as usual in the Big 20 in Scarborough, Maine.
Nice to say as usual for such a marquee tournament, the ICBA. I'll tell you, all those Tims put on a great show.
120 average and you come in last place.
That's the most wild thing.
Hutchinson 9, Douglas at 10. His father Paul here, as usual, watching.
A lot of exciting finishes there. Interview request thoroughly denied there, but no worries there. Tim Soucy passing Tim Douglas at the end, and Allie Atwell passing Shannon Scribner for second in the ladies tournament, which Madison Rival was champion of.
2 in the 7 Hutchinson. Douglas drops down the 1. It's not a head pin hit officially. It is a split, though. Head pin must be hit initially by the ball. 8 left, 9 right. Hutchinson spare. Throwing a good ball. 19 the ball through 2 in the first of 3 strings. Week 6 of 35. Douglas, wow, got robbed. 8 in the 9. No wood, no luck.
Possibly too high on the wood, I suppose. Harsh game, Candlepin.
Pick your favorite pin here, folks. Missed for an 8. This guy is so good, though. He's 25, and he doesn't 25, 26. He doesn't lose his mind when he throws a bad ball, bad box. He just Cliff Walker's the same way too. He gets mad, but he doesn't like. He turns around, refocuses, and takes down the pins.
What do you say, Maddie Margarita?
85-72, 13-pin lead for Central 2. Here's the all-world captain, Winiarz strike, bombs away, baby! Matt Nichols on the crossover from Webster Timberlanes, Abington, Massachusetts, home of the chocolate chip cookie pizza. 3-5-9-10.
Nico, do not take a video of that. I'm adjusting the camera.
Spare!
It's a good one, too. 3-1 conversion for Nichols to match that Winiarz hammer.
That whip definitely helped. And Kris was 19 years young. Mike Morgan said, who is this guy? He's really good. He called him All-World that day, so All-World Winiarz, known as the Wizard. Beautiful ball for a double strike. Dominoes 9-10. He's got it! Great start to the match. Double strike. He got it just about the same time I did tonight.
Yeah, Winiarz got stuck in that traffic. That's also against a 4-fill, it's worth noting, so that's an immediate advantage right there.
Nichols only 3 in the fill, 13-1. Now, we passed him on 93, but the GPS said go this way. Now, you should have known better not to take that road because there were more lights, and he beat us by a minute. Darn. Nichols and 8, just 21 through 2 after that spare 3.
Was it spare 3? Okay.
Yep.
Will correct.
And we go back to the top of the orders. Bowlers switch sides. We'll get a quick update from Greg Gouillart in the official scores in just a moment.
Thanks so much, Paul. Let's take a look here. I show a 115-93, a 22-pin advantage, including, my goodness, Winiarz off to the perfect start. And we're looking for 115 on the other side. And we got a scores confirmed there. Remember to follow along with the yellow and now green smudges thanks to that Kris Winiarz double strike there. You can see them between total and game. That'll help you keep track of the open marks. Now back to the top of the order, Cliff Walker and Troy Fournier. Walker's been 2 for 2 on the head pin right now. Fournier, the one time he missed the head pin, he's got a spare. He gets 6 out here, Paul.
From a 118-119 league bowl, Atlanta Candlepin Singles Tour last year, came in as a replacement early in the season and became the 3rd seed and just missed a spare. Lost in the first round. A deadly bowler, though. Explosive. Walker, 1, 2, 4, just the one only. On the object pin, too bad. Fournier at 10. He's out of Butwell's Bowling Salon, we mentioned earlier, in Concord, New Hampshire. The Dellas family own it. Dallas with an E. Dellas with an E, D-E-L-L-A-S.
It's all Greek to me.
Walker at 10. And they own a pizza place for years called Dallas Pizza next door. They sold it last year or so. So it's Dallas and Dallas Pizza. Troy Fournier, 1, 3, 6 falls down. The 3 goes to the 1. Not a head pin hit, but a big 9 drop.
One more camera adjustment, folks, and then I should be done.
That is not my hand shaking.
Whee! I just want to make sure. We got some tall people bowling.
Cliff 2, 4, 7, and the 6 right. Fournier right on it, spare.
The motion sickness should subside soon. Okay.
Rock in the middle, same spot. Now, how do you get Westport Bowling Center out of Westbrook, Maine? I haven't been there. I'll be there for the Maine State Finals, April 6th. And nice out, takes a 9, almost a 10. So it's west for Westbrook and Port for Portland because they're not too far from each other. So Westport bowling lanes in Westbrook, Maine, known as the hardest center in Maine to bowl in. Did you know? Peter Penney, the captain on the right, the captain left, Rich Limone.
Good to see you all out there in chat. Yes, Casey, even you ribbing me about an earthquake.
And no banana split so far, Casey, just so you know. We're going to make Casey pay $1 if I came up with some cancer rate lemon drop, but somebody hits this year. Rich Limone, 7, 4, 7, 8. And the 5, 7, 10 Matt Susi special, I call it, for Peter Penney. Alita Lanes, National New Hampshire, made it in the Sunday Pro League 3 seasons ago on a spare, for a spare. A clutch shot, so I call it the Matt Susi special. Richard Gingras Jr., Logan's dad. Logan's run's father made it once also. That was a big-time spare at a big time.
Matt and Nick Susi, no relation to Tim Susi, the recent ICBA champion.
And Tim's like, phew, right? Nick Susi is doing, Matt's son, that goes in the channel. Nick Susi is doing great for the Atlantic Candlepin Singles Tour. You're paying the channel for an 8. Nick in the Class D Atlantic Candlepin Singles Tour Northern Conference out of Leda Lanes. 50-6 his first 4 matches. Only same thing as 6.
Well, it should be 7, I would imagine.
I'm sorry, 7.
Yeah.
I got blocked, sorry.
And this is the thing with Limone. His work ethic is second to none. That implies a possible tie, I would say. But for all his struggles with his operation and the resulting arm difficulties he has just at the bottom of his release, frustratingly, he says adamantly, I will not give up.
No, he's mentally tough.
Good for him.
Great leader, yes, great leader too. Great knowledge of the game. Hooks left again, got the 7 pin that time. Peter Penney dealing with the check mark, 5 middle. It's left of the 5, left to right, 2, 4, 7. Wood between the 4 and the 7. Early in the first of 3 strings, Central Park Lanes, East Boston, Massachusetts. Friday Night Pro League game of the week on Candlepin Bowling Network, week 6 of 35. And playoffs to follow all year round, every Friday night. And none of us will be here next week. Steve Kelly going solo, I believe, next Friday night. I'll be in Newport, Maine for a 3-day weekend state tournament. Only 50 strings I'm calling in 5 matches in 3 days. Whoa, what a shot that was, Limone. Knocked them all down. Spare. Penney cleans it up for a 10. That's next Friday, Saturday, and Sunday on Candlepin Bowling Network on YouTube in high definition. Newport, Maine. Mixed doubles all weekend long. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday on Candlepin Bowling Network. Steve Kelly will do the Friday Night Pro League game of the week. We'll be at Academy 2 against Riverwalk. First time seeing Riverwalk this year.
Excellent.
As we're trying to get through every team once. By the 25th, we'll have all the teams covered at least once.
And Riverwalk's normally a difficult place, a classic center. It's tough to get our setup into, so it's great to have ourselves there. Pin setter delay on 15 right now, so it gives us the chance, I think, to bring up the records of these 2 teams right here. Central 2 currently does hold last place right now, but Oh, we might have an interview in a second, folks. Stand by. Interview in a box. Oh, we're keeping the talent waiting. Disaster.
You gotta learn how to wrap wires, buddy. If you want to hang out with me, I'm on the internet. What is that?
It was nicely coiled, I'll have you know. Hang on, hang on. Let me plug you in so you can sufficiently smack talk me.
I want to see Rich Limone unplugged.
All right.
Captain Rich Limone, your Central
Check.
2. Rich, how you doing?
I'm doing all right, Paul. How are
Hey,
you?
good stuff for you tonight. Your team, Kris, a double strike. You got a couple of marks yourself. I know you've been dealing with a lot of injuries last year or
I
so.
only got one. Let's not lie to the public.
How you feeling?
I feel fine. The only problem I have is I turn over to the left. I have to stay within myself, and I'll say I credit everything so far to Danny Harris and Johnny Boutreau, because they said I should change to a 3-step approach. So that's half the battle, is the fact that I've had a 4-step approach for 26 years.
Yeah. I used to have a 5-step approach. Went to a 2-step and a slot approach, so a 3-step approach, and I bowled until I got injured too. But your team has revamped this year. Tough start. You're always in the playoffs every year. You're always in the running. You're always challenging for that top spot every year. What's the team like this year now, the new changes?
That's a good question. I feel I love the guys from Maine. They have a completely different energy. We're a little bit older team. I think that makes us a little tougher. Not taking away anything from the young guys that kept us in every single match last year, because that's credit all of them. And it's a new season, and I'm actually bowling and not watching. So, excuse me.
So Cliff Walker, a good addition, and you got Joey Hutchinson, like you said, good bowlers as well. I've seen him a few times in Maine. I'll be there in Newport, Maine next weekend for the state tournament, all 3 days. Losing Tim Douglas, a big loss, obviously, for you, but you get some good talent now.
I'm sorry. I saw these two guys running back. I completely ignored you. What happened? Something's broken?
Lane broke down.
Yes. Amanda,
so it's tough losing Tim Douglas, obviously, this year for you, but you got some good replacements this year, like you said, and Joey Hutchinson, Cliff Walker.
But I lost Scott Douglas and Steve Latch. You got to credit those guys too. I mean, it took the whole team to make it to the playoffs. It wasn't. Timmy bowled great, but it took all of us. So.
Absolutely, takes a team. And Kris had a down year last year. Seems to be doing a lot better this year as far as his confidence seems to be getting better and better. And a good start, double strike tonight.
Kris is always confident.
Yep, such an accurate pinner too. I always say about them. Botte a spare.
Spare on strike.
John Alosa, good try. Won't go.
Nice try, bud. It was fun. I was at the ACST. I had an offer sheet for the champion, whoever that was going to be. No, I was talking to John beforehand.
Lost for 10. John's had a great start this year too.
Yeah.
What a luxury that is to have him too in your team.
We have a different energy.
Yeah.
It's
sometimes a change good for your team.
Yeah, I mean.
Not that you want to lose people that you're loyal to. Chemistry.
That's the important thing is the chemistry, and it's good that I was able to keep Kris and Sean and me, so 3 of us are already together, so it's not like it's new.
Well, I always talk about how
build on that.
What a try about Botte, he won't go. Alosa only 4 in that mark.
He didn't have a mark.
I'm sorry, 4 in that first ball, I should have said, not mark. But I always say how great you are, what a great team leader you are. You always have your team balanced. There's chemistry in your team. There's just a good camaraderie of your team.
Well,
and never say die attitude either.
I learned from him. Fournier, Brian. I mean, I said the same thing on the Approach podcast. It's getting together with him taught me everything. Taught me a lot, and then adding Peter, and then adding. It seems loose where it cuts out. Is that what's happening?
Maybe something like that. Let me try one more thing, and then I'll give up and do something.
Oh, nice ball, Joey.
Hutchinson drills 9. Speaking of good addition to your team, is the 4th pin, a plank to help out. Do you play the wood a certain way here, Rich? I know you pretty much any way to go, pretty much.
At this point in the comeback trail, any part of that I can touch, I'll be happy with. I don't care if the shot doesn't go. But I would tend to go right at it.
Spare.
19 and another.
I would tend to go right at it.
Douglas, 2, 3, 6. So I know your team will definitely contend for the playoffs like they do every single year. It's early in the season, obviously.
Central's tough, and we're tougher, so that's what matters.
And do you find an advantage bowling a tough house like Central Park Lanes? When you go somewhere else, it benefits you, right?
Absolutely.
Douglas, Sam 7.
It teaches you how to pin.
Yep. And you get some great pinners on your team. You're usually a good pinner yourself. Winiarz is obviously a great pinner as well.
That's the difference between a 115 and a 117.
Douglas Spare.
You know,
Oh, Hutchinson knocks
there you
it
go,
down
buddy.
too. What a shot for a
$50 in
spare.
bonus money.
Pay him up, Rich. Pay him up.
You heard Limone say 3 in a row.
I mean, I'll get it for him.
It's Limone.
It
It's
isn't.
not Limone. It's Limone.
Yeah,
it's
is.
Limone.
Are you going to say that?
Limone. Limone, not Limone.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I just said it wrong twice by accident. I was going to say it's not Limone. It's Limone.
Yeah, I know. You say it every broadcast.
I know. Because people say, no way, it's still Limone. I've
you
known for
gonna
20
put-
years. It's Limone.
Paul, when that fateful day comes, is that what's going to end up on your gravestone? It's going to say it's Limone, not Limone.
It's Limone, not Limone.
Yeah.
Kris Winiarz going for triple strike on lane 15. Right side
I don't
4.
know how that wasn't 3.
You see that shot, you see that leave quite a bit, Rich, don't you, off the mark like that? 24 through 1, 34 on the ball through
Hey.
2.
The important one is the second one here, you know, because he already filled the first one with 10 and this for 14, you know, so this is the ball you got to make 7, 8, 9 right here.
Like that. Good try. There's
You
a
got your
7.
7.
You are a genius.
You're not the
41
first to say that.
through 2, the power of the double strike.
And then I also have to credit a lot of what I learned from Pete Pereira on my Worlds team.
Nichols at 10, Winiarz an 8.
When I added him, it's, you know, the worlds are different because you have to treat it as a business. You have to try to put your heart aside every now and then and make the smart decision, and sometimes it hurts.
Talk about your Worlds team coming up this November 5th.
It's I had already had a full team, but I have everybody that's here except for John, you know, and added. And Pete's coming back this year. He's gonna be up there with us. We have an entertaining
Look at that
team.
shot.
Nice
Look at that shot
Chris.
for a spare. Feeling it here in the
All right, I
first.
gotta move my
All right,
balls.
Captain Rich Limone, thank you very
Thanks.
much. All right, Greg, let's give an update here after Matt Nichols pins out for a 9.
I'm actually going to do a score check first and then give our folks an update. But while I do that, here, for your viewing pleasure, is that scoreboard. All right, scores are confirmed at this point, 231 to 206. Thanks, Paul, for that. You see 3 marks to 2 right now. So Central 2 mounting an advantage. And you can attribute that to Joey Hutchinson, spare 9, spare another. And then, needless to say, Kris Winiarz's double strike. The 2 biggest advantages I think Central 2 are getting right now.
And speaking of spares, Troy Fournier on the left side on lane 15 in East Boston. The upstairs version is on a spare, 45 in the ball through 4. Cliff Walker, 38 through 4 on the right. Gabe Walker, new wife, keeping score. Beautiful ball, a little full. 6 right, 2, 4, 7 left. Wood to possibly help behind. Fournier goes right, lucky to get 7. 1, 2, 4. A chance for another one. 52 through 4 in the first of 3. Walker with Wood to help. It won't carry. He had to go a little more inside. Fournier just missed number 1. The Wood slides away. Cliff, a 9. 47 half. Troy gains a pin with a 10. 62 half on Candlepin Bowling Network.
On YouTube. Cliff Walker's had 4 for 5 in the head pin right now, but 3 splits. That's why he's underwater at the moment, despite generally good accuracy. And then Troy Fournier spares in even numbered frames, of which this is 1.
Nice ball, goal post. Fournier, half Worcester. Both these bowlers bowling the Candlepins against any doubles. In fact, Cliff's bowling tomorrow, rather, at 3 p.m., the final shift. Any doubles, 95% handicap at the Big 20 in Scarborough, Maine. Coverage on Candlepin Bowling Network on YouTube. Cliff missed everything.
And for those of you who do bowl, please go to Candlepins for Cancer. That's Candlepins number 4, cancer.com.
Make a donation if you can via Venmo. Your old lemon drops you can pay. I don't have to be around to collect your lemon drops or any open donation.
Oh, crumbs. I didn't update the website. $65,000 given to families. Holy smokes, Alfie. You've done good. And still are.
Each with a 9. Cliff 56 through 6. Troy a strong 71 through 6 start. Second ball is Rich Limone. We just spoke to him a little bit. Always a great interview. Very, very insightful. 36 in the ball through 4. Peter Penney 35 through 4. Limone, the setback leaf. 7 is the fill, 43 through 4. East Boston, Massachusetts. Penney with 9. 10, strike! Flop at the 5 last.
And they enjoy it, too.
Like,
Back rubs and everything.
that's what a strike looks like? 45 plus 2 in the 5th.
They don't come easy here.
They don't.
Malone's got a strange one. Which piece of wood could help, if any?
Oh, he got it! How about that shot? Spare!
There's a certain power of that ball. That's why Rich knows he's got so much potential to get his average back up there.
2 in a row, 53 in the ball through 5. You're in the halfway point of the first of 3 strings. Great to be with you all here live from Central Park Lanes, home of the Women's Candlepin Cancer Roll-Off. Start next Tuesday. Matt Nichols in the house. Hey, Matt, how you doing?
Oh, man, I get sucked into an interview? All right.
Yeah, hey, thanks for scheduling the South Shore Classic, the last day of the Candlepin Cancer Roll-Off in January, by the way.
I mean,
I got to give you grief. There's always something going on. You know, I mean, there's 10 shifts, though. They can bowl the 25th, right?
of course.
Or if they get knocked out in the first round, they come in the afternoon bowl the second shift, right?
Yeah, you know, I mean,
Well, that's never going to work if I hit the mute button on.
All right, Matt Nichols. All right, Matt, how you doing, Matt Nichols?
how are you doing, Paul?
Good. Great bowler out of Webster Timber Lanes, Abington, Massachusetts, home of the chocolate chip cookie pizza.
It's a delicious pizza. It's even better with ice cream on top, Paul.
Limone 8 in the fill, 61 half. Good for him. Penny strike is 8, 53 half. Talking to Matt Nichols. Matt, how's your team doing this year? You got a newly revamped team this year.
We've got a newly revamped team. We've got some people with vengeance on the line. You know,
Is that you? Include you?
I got a little bit of vengeance on the line. I got some,
In a good way, right?
you know, I got to prove something to somebody, you know.
9 for Limone, 8 for Penny. Talking to Matt Nichols, the anchor bowler for Central 1.
The anchor this week, yeah. Troy gets a night off, but
You like to show off the TV lanes, huh?
yeah, right?
Who's the better bowler in the Nichols family, by the way? John Alosa.
Depends on the situation, I guess. My dad can be good when he wants to be, but if you ask him to bowl 2 days in a row, forget it.
Stephen Botte, clip wing eagle. Losa's decent wood. Man, how you playing that shot on 16?
I'm 16.
Tip of the wood? Middle?
I'm probably going the right tip in the middle or right in the V on the left side. Depends on how he wants it. Not there, though.
I don't think that would go either.
This is a coworker match. Rich Lamone's actually my coworker.
Limone.
Limone.
It's not Limone, it's Limone.
It's Limone.
It's Limone.
So we've got a little extra on the line on this one.
Alosa 10. And Botte slides 3 barely for an 8. Matt Nichols, talk about your team, Central 1. You've had some changes this year.
We've got pretty much a whole new team. I mean, I wasn't on a team last year. I've been a super sub for a bit, so to have an opportunity to bowl with a good group is.
Does it
it's
give you
hard
extra
say no
fire to come back this year? Or you weren't picked last year? A little bit of a, not a grudge, but like a little bit of like a, I'll show you.
Yeah, I mean, it was kind of, I had a team lined up, and then kind of last minute things didn't work out, and I was a little disappointed, but it's nice to be back. It's a little bit of a show me year, you know.
And how was that conversation? So how did Peter Penney approach you exactly? Did you just meet up at a bowling alley one day and ask, or?
No, we Facebook. You know, I bowl Worlds now with Steve, and at one point Corrado was on the team.
Botte didn't get to go.
And stuff happened with Corrado, and you know, I said, well, if we bowl Worlds together, we might as well bowl Fridays. But
so no truth to the rumor. You had an arm wrestling contest to see if you bowl on the team. No. No eating contest, no nothing. You know, I would have won that anyway. Speaking of eating, well, how's Brian List doing there in Abington?
I don't know.
Trash talking Brian List. When's going to be the next Bliss Bowl?
Whenever he decides that he's good enough again.
He couldn't beat Craig Holbrook with no head pin.
Exactly. He couldn't. He hasn't beaten anybody, so I don't know why he keeps trying, but I'll be there every time.
Hey, I told him he lost. I'd give $50 to count for cancer. He did. So.
Oh, that's good. You know, nothing wrong with that.
Let him do more tournaments. We help more families out.
Hey, you could have a fundraiser down there. Beat the Bliss. You know. I mean, Timmy would probably beat him.
There's a strike for Douglas.
Bombs away, baby.
How'd you get Tim Douglas in your team this year?
Well, he had a similar situation to me last year where he had a team, and then all of a sudden he really didn't. So I knew he was available. We had some unknowns going on, and I said we need to reach out to him right away. So
Hutchinson. So there was no future draft picks involved here?
No.
No trade exceptions?
No trade exceptions.
Yeah.
Nothing.
NBA terminology. That's National Basketball Association for you non-sports fans out there. All right, Matt Nichols, good talking to you.
You too, Paul. Thank you.
All right, go out there and throw a strike now. All All right, Matt Nichols, always fun to talk to.
You can't just tell a bowler to roll a strike on command. It doesn't work like that.
I had to do it in Candlepin for cash, 1980, last strike in the original show. Douglas for a double, 6 right, 3 left.
I don't really want to take instructions from Bob Gouillart.
Ooh, Hutchinson, same spot. Douglas first, big 20. It's a 19 box. Average strike fill 8.3, spare 6.5. Stats by Candlepin Bowling Network. Hutchinson pins out nicely. Stole 9. He'll take that. And Douglas a 9 to match.
So taking a look here, let's have a look at the score check again. The gap is narrowed to 8, although Central 2 does have that extra mark there. But that 20 bucks out of Tim Douglas, which would have actually been his second had he converted there, starting to narrow the gap a bit as Central 2 is going through a bit of a dry spell, just 8 pins plus an extra mark. Over to the anchor bowlers now, Kris Winiarz and Matt Nichols, who we just heard from. Spare fill, Winiarz, just 5, but still 13 pins and a 2-mark advantage overall for Central 2.
Still hurt. 1 more week.
4, 5, 7, 10.
Nichols 5 and a 7.
Both trying to pin out the split here.
Winiarz, good try there, almost. And Nichols, Nate, Winiarz 9. We'll get an update, and we're going to talk to Justin Kochi, the #1 seed in any doubles. Let's talk real quick. Justin Kochi, how you doing, Justin? Hold on.
Go ahead.
Justin, okay, Kochi, how you doing?
How you doing, guys?
You're taking a lot of flack, rightfully so, for your consistently in fouling, which has been a killer for you. Winiarz dropped 7, but the foul lights were on a big 20. You didn't foul once.
No, I didn't. I just want to give a shout out to Paul Grant.
Who's that guy? I don't know that guy you're talking about.
He gave me the chance to, go up there. If it wasn't for him, I wouldn't have the right up there. So.
Winiarz, tough break. Looked good, didn't it, Greg?
I think it just hit off the wall funny.
Good 8. Go get it, Winiarz.
Kochi, Justin Kochi, father, brother man Kochi, Rich Kochi, good bowler in his prime.
He still has it, I'll tell you. 599.
Is he better? It is peaking. Your peak, he's better than you, right? But he doesn't.
Yes.
He doesn't foul though,
By
right?
far,
He doesn't
yes.
foul, right?
By far.
So what have you done to stop fouling besides having foul lights on?
I kind of stepped back a little further to figure out where I have to be to make that step, and I'm happy I figured it out finally.
Well, you're the #1 seed right now with Will Merrow, M-E-R-O-W from Maine. So good luck. Good luck. Hopefully it stays on.
Thank you.
All right, we'll see you soon. Justin Kochi. We'll get updating the scores. Quick, back to Greg Gouillart for a moment.
13 pins, as we mentioned just a moment ago. 3-4-5 to 3-3-2. I certainly hope it is. We'll check in. There's Troy Fournier, breaks it up, just a 6-pin. I'll check there first of all. Fournier gets that spare.
Oh, let me photograph later. I'll do it after box 8. It's fine.
Sorry, folks, working out the scores here.
No scoreboard here at Central Park Lanes. No telestrator.
Walker, 8 bucks. The Fournier got a spare, and we got the scoreboard correct here. So 345 is correct. I got that. Fournier splits out 3, unfortunately. That's on that spare. Get over, 6-pin strike. Cliff Walker has his first mark. Long time coming. Let's see. Nichols is 1 pin strike. Thank you.
Fournier is 7 that box. Greg, you get the scores updated now.
Yep, as long as I don't mess this one up as well. And that should now be correct. Rich Limone and Peter Penney now.
Thanks, Greg. 12-pin lead right now.
2 match points are awarded to the winner of each string and 2 for total, by the way. Those are those zeros you see at the top of the screen, and those points are the ones that determine the standings. Central 2 off to a rocky start at 5-35. Central 1, middle of the pack, 19-21 in terms of those points.
Top 8 make the playoffs out of 12. A 35-week season. This is week 6.
And any ties split those points. That's why they're even numbers. We hate decimals.
Penney, the ball hits the 6 for a spare. How about that one? Wall ball action. 71 on the ball through 7 in the first of 3 on Candlepin Bowling Network. Limone, 1-2-4 for a spare, way left.
Sorry, what I was about to say was a lie. Limone still has the 3 pins there. Third ball coming up. Hey, big favor, folks, if you wouldn't mind hitting the like button. I believe I asked once already, but thank you so much to everyone who already has, and if you wouldn't mind doing that now, it'll help out grow this crowd even bigger as well. And we and the bowlers all greatly appreciate it. Just your support by watching is a great help. 8-box Limone, 78 through 7. So
Sarah Wright's in the house watching.
Nice to see her, rising star in the Atlantic Candlepin Singles Tour.
Not this year, though. Just won the Sunday Pro League next year.
That's
Peter
right.
Penney, a strike. Not the fastest one. He'll take another one. Is that 2 for him now?
That's 2 strikes, yes, and
That's
this
a
one
big
a
20.
timely one.
81 through 8, 91 plus 2 in the 8th. 81 through 7 make it 91 plus 2 in the 8th. Rich Limone, a lemon drop. That's $1 for Candlepins for Cancer. He got a bad rap in that nickname because Lemon, Limone, so Lemon, Limone. Anthony Iannuzzi told me the story the other day, officially, that he started the.
I mean, name humor is kind of fish in a barrel, but I can't help myself either. It's a better second ball. Needs 1 more for the out.
2, 5, 7, 8 on lane 15. Upstairs here, and 12 downstairs, 10 upstairs. Limone missed right, got 3 of the 4 for a 9.
Significant.
87 through 8 in the first of 3 strings.
And the advantage is only 1. It swings over to Central 1. That should be a lead change officially now.
And 1 strike in each side. The only marks on the board. Stephen Botte, 69 through 6. John Alosa, 62 through 6.
Yeah, that Walker versus Penney strike duel could be interesting in a moment.
Botte crossing over, 5 in the 7. He's got decent wood, though, maybe.
3rd straight split for Botte.
Alosa missed left, 1, 3, 6, 10, 4 Hutchinson right. Central 1 versus Central 2. Central 1, the home team. It's nice to have a road game in your home house, less traveling. 3 teams from Central Park Lanes.
All you have to do is pan the camera right and we'd be there.
Botte got the 5, not the 7. Kind of fizzled out there. Central 3 to our right, the defending champions. Alosa can't get the 6 to fall. Good try. Botte, a 9. 78 through 7. Alosa, a 9 to match. 71 through 7 in the first of 3.
Central Park Lanes in East Boston is such a beautiful, classic, but well-maintained classic house. Just look at how the wood shimmers on the lanes in this second floor of this 2-story bowling center. Chuck Bozzella does very well with it.
B-O-T-T-E, Stephen Botte with a drop of 7, 3-9-7. Alosa in the pocket. He's got a similar situation, but a little more favorable with wood between the 2 and the 7. The 8 playing hide and seek behind the 2.
There's some funky wood. That left piece of wood for Botte is technically legal, even though I don't think it will be his ideal shot. He would have to hit it on the lane.
Over the 3-9. You got the wood behind the 9, leaves up the 3 and the 7.
You could tell by that ball toss. That's not what he wanted to do.
Alosa didn't want to go to the 7.
Fair ball, though, that should be anyway, even though it's bowler's call.
Add 2 pins to the horseshoe leaner, Greg. It's 2 points in horseshoes. Give him a 12 box.
The leaner.
Yeah, the leaner, right. So it should be a 10 box, 2 standing, but he got a leaner. So we should give him a 10 box. What do you say?
If only we had the authority.
8 box officially. 79 through 8, 1 below the minimum. Stephen Botte, 87 through 8.
Benning is also very even in this very even match within 1.
Douglas drops 8. Friendly wood in front of the 4-7. Here's Joey Hutchinson. Crossing over. He's got the bucket of 5. Chris Winiarz calls it the Starlight 5.
Shout out to the former East Boston Bowling Center.
Spare for Douglas.
Easy,
with two S's.
Easy one for him. Just had to keep it on the lane. No gutter balls allowed.
Hutchinson sliced it barely. 6 to 10. Mirror side leave. Nice 10 on the wood. Every pin counts. 10s don't get enough appreciation in this game, but 9s and 10s, when you're not getting your marks, pin out and move on to the next box.
But when the margin is this tight, you know every third ball they're throwing is very significant in this moment.
Center up by 2 fingers right now. They have a strike and a spade, a 1 strike in their favor.
And it also sets up an exciting finish for the remaining 2 strings as well in this first of 3.
Douglas 5, Hutchinson in the pocket. He's got a check mark -1, 2, 5, 7, 10. Interesting format there for him for a spare.
So Douglas dumps 5.
Great try. Wood slides behind the 5 and the 9. This shot can go for Hutchinson. Looks good. Oh, a little full at the last second. Thought he had it. Broke inside, full. Took out the 7, 5 and the 10. Douglas, you have to pin for a 9. 97 through 8. Joey Hutchinson, 9. 94 through 8. Anchor ball is tough now. And it's the final 2 boxes for each bowl on the first of 3.
Basically, neither bowler getting the deflections they were after just then.
Center 1, 423. Central 2, 416. Unofficial scores. Paul Grant, Greg Gouillart live on YouTube on Candlepin Bowling Network. Something for everyone. 1,300 videos and climbing. Over 3,300 subscribers now. 3,200 subscribers. Never a charge, always free.
3,200 subscribers.
Amazing.
I can scarcely believe that. And to join their ranks, it's free. Just hit the subscribe button.
Nichols 2-4 spare chance. Winiarz double strike to start the match earlier.
Again, quickly before they raise the price.
Parallel time plus the 7. Nichols, the wood, won't go. Good place to be when you want to get away. Parallel time, like Dark Shadows reference in the 60s and 70s. One of the top-rated shows during the daytime. It was scary as a kid to watch that one. Everybody ran home from school to watch it. In fact, ABC had to push it back a half an hour because kids couldn't get home in time to see it. That's how popular that show was. How many shows do that?
They're having a lengthy conversation about this. Only the high part of the wood is covering that 5-pin there.
The broom is out. Good try.
Went on the cap on that one.
7 and the 9. Nichols gets the 10.
That may have been an intentional placement by Winiarz, by the way. I'm not sure.
Kris gets a 9. Nichols 67. Kris 91 through 7 late in the first. 433, 425, 8-pin lead for Central 1.
Needed something wild to make that shot work out.
1 strike for each side.
Nichols also is on 6 of 7 head pins and is splitting a lot as well. 5 splits so far. Waiting on a reset lane 15.
Steve Kelly next Friday night. Probably be recorded more than likely. It will be up on YouTube later that night or the next day. Riverwalk Lanes, Mark Ritchie's team. Mark Ritchie, the world record holder for 3 strings, 519. Also has 3 500s in his career. The owner of Riverwalk Lanes, Amesbury, Mass. On the road to take on Dave Godwin's Academy 2 team. Academy 2 won it 2 seasons ago. Central 3 won it last season. That'll be 7:30. Wi-Fi Penney will be recorded by Steve Kelly. That'll be in Newport, Maine for the Maine State mixed doubles on Candlepin Bowling Network Friday night, Saturday, and Sunday. 5 10-string matches that weekend. That'll be fun. Just a short 2-hour, 45-minute ride each way. Thanks to Tony Allen for my stay up there also. Thank you, Tony Allen. Tony Boxing Gloves Allen. They call her. Her husband always teases her and tells her how to play shot and how to bowl, and she doesn't like that, so they fight with each other on the lanes, argue, and good fun. So I call her Tony Boxing Gloves Allen. So if that's how you wonder where I get the nickname from. There's always a reason behind. And now you know the rest of the story. Paul Harvey, good day. Greg's like, who are you talking about? Nichols 2-4-5 for a spare. No, can't believe it. Hit it good.
I'm just going by vibes at this point.
Vibes don't win elections, though.
Alas.
When he has 1 of the 8.
Good vibes. That feels like a reference to something, though.
There's joy in the air. Nichols a 10. Joy and vibes don't win Candlepin bowling matches. Winiarz a 9, Nichols a 10.
So those scores were all confirmed, or so help me. So we've got ourselves a 9-pin match right now. with 1 strike each. So it is going to be a Walker-Penney strike duel at the current moment. We've had that 1 double already. Mm-hmm. And those scores are confirmed. Those scores are confirmed, so 1 strike each. All right, we're going to come down the stretch here on this first string.
Big 20 in Scarborough, Maine, the final 2 rounds. Candlepins for Cancer, any doubles, 95% tournament. Register Candlepins, number 4, Cancer.com. Candlepins, number 4, Cancer.com. Walk-ins are allowed also, 12 p.m. and 3 p.m. tomorrow, Saturday, October 12th, 2024. Walker on a strike. Second ball, looks good. Rolls to the 5, but not the 8. A big 19 box, it's huge. 83 through 8. For Walker, I'm not Texas Ranger. 9, 92 through 9. Troy Fournier gains with a 10, 101 through 9. Lead-up bowlers here in the first of 3. 1 pin lead for Central 1, plus a strike. No marks for Central 2 on the board. Walker crossing over, drops 8, wiggling 3, wiggling 6, Wood in front to help. 5-2 split for Fournier. Technically not a split, a washout. Splits a base and head pin being hit in the ball. Not from behind. Walker for a spare. Got robbed. Fournier, tough lead. He got it! What a shot for a spare! Could that be the difference in the first? 111 in the ball. Walker in 9. 101 first string.
Yeah, so Walker had good head pin accuracy there, but only got that 1 strike. Meanwhile, Fournier, consistent spares, 2nd, 4th, 7th, and 10th. And he'll have an extra bonus ball, and now Central 1 after Central 2 led a lot of the way. Now the blue team might be way out in front.
Fournier adds 7.5. We don't round up in bowling.
Whoa.
Make it 8. No, it's 7, still 7. So 118, first string. And they get a strike on the board now from Captain Rich Limone.
And
Peter Penney, Peter Penney.
That was wild. It looked at those Fournier's ball, only took out the 1-2 at first.
9-pin lead for Central 1. And Peter Penney on the left in the blue shirt will make it double digits on the strike. The only mark on the board.
It was a good strike fill out of Walker, but it may not be enough. But we are so far from done in this.
8 boxes left here in the first. 2 points for a win, 1 for tie, 2 for total. Limone the channel. That's a Paul Grant shot. Penney on a strike. Curves in the pocket. Another strike bid, almost. He's up to 7. Got a great break off that crossover. Did not lead to a king this time, Gregory, Alex to say.
Cruelly denied there. He has Wooden back, although I'm not convinced it's totally frozen. Penney will probably want to go direct at the pin, but a deflection could work.
Beautiful ball, Limone for a strike. A spare rather than because he lost the first one, channel. Open a spare. Penney, spare on strike, huge.
Oh,
Gentleman shot, friendly fire.
it was the other side of the wood. It came back for it and hit it from behind.
Limone a 1 ball 9 box, 96 through 9. Penney 101 through 8, 111 the ball in the 10th.
It's a significant 9. It keeps the pinning within 4, although those 4 pins are in favor of Central 1 now. That may be partially because of the extra marks.
111 the ball in the 9th, I should say, going to the 10th box. Sorry, Greg.
That's right.
All of a sudden, it's a 1 pin lead to 20 all of a sudden by Central 1. Limone missed right. Penney on the spare. Another shot in the head pins. Wobbling triangle, wobbling 6 middle, wobbling 9 left. 10 holds firm on the right.
Yeah,
V-shaped wood in front.
And another crossover that doesn't lead to a king.
Ruin your reputation, Greg. 118 through 9.
What do I know?
Limone pops out the 4. 1, 2, 7, 9.
Limone's putting a little extra zip in the ball.
Penney from the mark. Not this time.
Ball deflected away. It didn't drive straight through the 10.
Limone an 8. 104 opening string. Central 1 has a comfortable lead right now. Double strike may be in order for Central 2 to pull it off. Trying to get out of the cellar after a tough 5-35 start. Central 1 started strong. 8-0 the first week. They're 19-21 coming in. The 6th seed. Penney at 9. Up at a 127. Now he was supposed to bowl third, and he changed his mind a couple days ago with Stephen Botte to bowl second.
And he ends up with a strike sandwich and 2 strikes, in fact, in that string. 127.
Captain Peter Penney, how you doing? Your strategy paid off, by the way. You're going to bowl third tonight. You switched to second last moment.
Worked, yeah.
Was there? Can you see the future? Is that what it is?
No, I just figured we switched all the lineup, so might as well switch myself too.
The team is. We talked earlier to Matt Nichols. Your team is revamped this year.
Don't be angry.
How big?
Don't be angry. Look what happened.
How
Nobody
big?
was angry.
Yes, you were. You said a nasty word.
Limone's giving him grief in the
Everybody
background.
heard it. Paul Grant was
Second box.
blushing. Paul
Second.
Grant was, it was actually the fourth. 'cause
Fourth
I
box.
got-
This
No.
side.
And you had it. It was
But
a
you
check
can-
mark.
But you can also say Rich got the only lemon drop in the first string, though. $1 for Campbell's cancer.
Yeah, just get your money ready, Rich. Yeah, no, I'm very excited. We had a great group of guys last year, but we didn't have the success we wanted to. But this year, I'm very happy with the team.
How's Melanie bowling? Your wife bowling?
She's doing really good, actually.
We got to get her win Queen of the Hill here. She won a couple of times last year, right? Queen of the Hill. We got to get back up there to the top.
Yeah, we'll get her doing more stuff. She's sleeping right now. But
Monty missed a chance for a spare. Talking to Captain Peter Penney for Central 1. Newly revamped Central 1 team. Looking good for the first 2 points here. John Alosa at 10. Third bowler, Stephen Botte.
what's the lead right now?
Greg, a quick update in the score. The lead.
27 pins right now, so there is still room for Central 2 to overtake, but it's vanishingly slim.
All right, I'm going to go with my team.
Okay,
Thank you, Paul.
Peter Penney, good to see you again.
I'll come back after I bowl the same thing second string.
Thank you. Peter
Thanks.
Penney, thank you.
Thanks so much, Peter.
Alosa 5-2 split. Botte, setback shot. Troy Fournier made the shot earlier for Central 1. Central 2 could use it here. Well, just missed right. 1, 4, 7 is a 9. Flops down. The 4 wants to go, does. How about the 1 and the 7, he says.
Steve's going to investigate this shot. That right wood is forward of the 5-pin, but only just, and it's very horizontal. Slight angle, too, front left to back right.
Oh, he got it! Wow, incredible shot for a spare. I didn't think that would go, did you, Greg?
A very clever one. I think the front part of the wood, if you think about drawing an invisible line from the front part of the wood towards those pins, it was lined up. Still, takes good accuracy and wisdom to pull off that spare.
That's why I don't like geometry.
Me neither. Can kiss my angle side.
Alosa 97-10, 97 opening string. Disappointing start for him. And after all that, you make a nice shot. You get a half whisker fill. 2. 108 opening string for Stephen Botte with 2 big pins. Bonus gives him a 31-pin lead. They've gained 30
Well, we were
since
talking
the last cup of coffee.
We were talking about the 20 boxes there. I didn't have a coffee that recently, thankfully.
You don't want to see me on coffee.
4 20 boxes for Central 1. That's the big fuel as part of their likely string 1 victory.
I never like the taste of coffee or alcohol. I have a good time without it, and I remember everything. 6-pack, -1 for Tim Douglas.
I usually like the natural world as is.
Hutchinson, I like a good chocolate milk once in a while. Water usually. I'd love good chocolate milk. Douglas, good try. 2 full, 2-4-7.
Hey, 'tis almost the season for hot chocolate.
Hutchinson doinks it for a 9. 103 through 9. Douglas, a 9. 106 through 9, late in the first. 2 strings left. Central 1 only a 31-pin lead with 3 boxes to go. And we're in Greg Gouillart's miracle zone right now.
Yeah.
For Central 2.
But still, narrowing this match margin could matter for the next 2 strings, so we'll see.
Hutchinson 6-10, right side.
This is the first breakup in a while. Hutchinson's had all his head pins in the back half, and this is his best look easily.
Douglas drops down the 7. He's got the 4 horsemen right. The 1-3-6-10, about a 36% pro rate, unless you're Rick Kimrowski and Millis. Spare for Hutchinson.
Hutchinson is sneaky dialed right now, I tell you. He's had 3 straight marks in 2 through 4, and then suddenly he gets one in the 10th here to anchor it off.
Douglas can't convert the Rick Kimrowski special. Rick, my teammate for years, 70 years young, fighting that mixed league. He was one of the most clutch bowlers I've ever seen in the league bowling, Greg. Good guy, too. Real good guy. He made that shot at least every other time. We used to put a bucket every time as Tim gets a 10. 116 first string. We used to put a bucket every time we had a force relief. Now it's the inspiration for the lemon drop pool, the 4 or 6 bin, which is $1 Candlepins for Cancer. 10 families last 2 years.
Oops, spare fill.
Hutchinson grabbed, lucky get 8. Nice finish, 121.
Wiggling 8-pin as well, but there you go.
Cuts deficit down slightly to 23. Double strike territory. Kris Winiarz did in the first 2 boxes. Could it be a bookend finish?
Remember,
Kris Winiarz 100 through 8. 1, 2, 5, 7. Matt Nichols head pin hit 2, 4, 7. The 8 behind the 2 as the 2 wiggles. Wood in between the 2 and the 4. 1 behind in front of the 4, 7. Winiarz needs this. Won't get it. Nichols can wrap it up here. Does spare. That's the dagger. And Central 2 will drop the first string to Central 1. Central 1 will go to 500 right now. 21 and 21 up to date. And Richard's team will go to 5 and 37. Unthinkable start, but plenty of time left in the season. Kris a 10, 110 through 9. Matt 87 the ball in the ninth. Finally gets a lucky break in a sense.
yeah, Matt Nichols has to just not walk out the door right now, and he's mathematically guaranteed this. This is a reset on lane 16. Pins didn't come set. Bowlers typically will throw a ball through the machine to make sure that the pins are cycling. Moves the process along just that little bit quicker. Now Winiarz on 16. He's on the head pin. It's light. It's a check mark in 10. Nichols, head pin stays up. Good for him. 1, 8, 9, and 10 as Phil is 6. Wood could spin the 5 into the 10. Winiarz cuts around it instead and left the 5 behind. Nichols missed the head pin again.
Central 2 battle them all string, fell short in the end. Keeping it close.
$9 each. Somebody can't drive outside. I heard that horn from here. 2 points going to Central 1 as we move into the second string of 3. 571 to 542 is the unofficial scores. Paul, I believe, is going to check on that. He will. Stand by. We'll get started with another string in just a moment.
Paul, I have 71-42.
And those scores are confirmed. Stand by. We're going to plunge right into the second 3. We have periods, but we don't have intermissions. We're going to get right into it in just a moment. And there we go. So 2 points to Central 1 for winning that first string, 2 points per string, 2 for total. And any ties split those points. So Central 2, that's a tough one because they had been battling so well there. Had an advantage as high as 20s and 30s throughout there. It just doesn't work out for them in the end. Good crowd here. Oops.
I got the mic on. Central 3 defeated Millis 610 to 561 in the first string.
That's the match over there, yes.
Troy Fournier made the shot in the first string for a spare on lane 15 on 16. So we can do it again. Cliff Walker, thin hit, 4-1-1. For your information, if you get the punchline.
I'm there.
We used to call operators to get phone numbers back then.
We haven't done touch tone services for anything in ages, but I'm with you.
Fournier. 6 and the 8.
Though, I mean, there is 988 for mental health crises. That's a nice new one. Do keep that one in mind just in case.
Cliff leads at the 1-3-7 for a 7, Troy and 8 to start the second of 3.
Going to mess with your audio levels. Go ahead.
All right. A little bit of feedback here, left side.
I think you're on the different headset, actually, is what it is.
That's right. That helps. There we go. That makes more sense. I always pick the wrong one when it's multiple choice. I used to hate that in school every time. Like 75% of the time, I multiple choice, pick the wrong one.
At least you went with your first choice.
I do better at 50-50 raffles. I did 50-50 questions in school. Fournier got it. Nice shot. I'll take it. Sweeping spare.
Keep rolling, 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 rolling. Yeah!
Walker uncuts the diamond, the 10. Wow, what a shot for a spare.
And that's the side you had to play it on, essentially. Get that 2-pin working from left to right, off the 5 into the 10. Good shot.
Central 1, 18. Central 2, 17. Each on spares to start the second of 3. Let's pause 19.0 seconds for update from Greg Gouillart.
He's compensating for the last time. This is Candlepin Bowling Network on YouTube and on Facebook as well. Please like and follow us on Facebook and subscribe on YouTube. I, Greg Gouillart, him, Paul Grant, and everyone here at Candlepin Bowling Network all greatly appreciate your support. And all 3,200 of you who subscribe to our channel. I know that's not going to make Mr. Beast blush anytime soon, but we truly, truly appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Captain's up there right now. Peter Penney, a strange punch out. Did he get the half whisk and the 7 fell down afterwards?
Must have gotten through. Sometimes the corners fall when you least expect it, though.
Somebody plucks out the 7. You know, I saw him on the Atlantic Candlepin Singles Tour last week, I think it was. Somebody punched out the half whisk to right, and all of a sudden it came back and took out the 2-8 half whisk to left.
Oh, I remember that.
I don't remember seeing that before.
A full Worcester in one shot.
Yeah. Even I couldn't do that. And I was the master of half Worcesters and 2 boxes and 4 boxes because I put in the middle. That's why I get 4 boxes, 4, 4, 4, 3 boxes in a row all the time.
I'd spend the time, but I have a family at home.
I get the half whisk and I punch out the 1-8 or the 1-9, and I throw in the bunny holes. I get 4, 4, 4. How do you like that? I didn't. Only tough start there. And that is a 4. Speaking of 4s, must have heard me. But it wasn't a half Worcester at least. Peter Penney off to the right. 1, 2, 4, and the 8 behind the 2. Peter at 10 in his last box. Gives his team a 7-pin lead. That's like a spare difference, you could say. A convoy, a big 10-4. Mark Milliken, the trucker, would appreciate that comment. 22-year truck driver. Atlantic Candlepin Singles Tour Class E. He'll probably be in C next year. Or B. Well, he's bowling. Probably C. Penney missed number 1. The second string of 3. East Boston match, Central Park lanes. Classic lanes. Oh, what a shot for Limone. Flies over the 6-10. Couldn't come down for a landing. Penney, meanwhile, a 10. 2 10s to start the second of 3.
2 good 10s for Penney, and Limone, meanwhile, that ball curved into the 1-2 pocket. Thought it had a chance.
Limone, a tough start of 4 and 8, 12 through 2.
This ball sort of reminds me of reverse curve, and back when the graffiti was reverse the curse back in 2004 when that was relevant in Boston.
38-29, center 1 up 9 in the string, 38 in the match, 1 spare. Each lead-off bowlers. That's it for Mark so far.
Relevant until 2004, more relevantly.
Stephen Botte, the 10 trying to lead to the 6. It does. Better chance, 3 right, 4 left. Wood to help. John Alosa, not from Hawaii. No 5. Botte, ooh, missed right.
If he could have gotten that slice, that had the wood there to connect.
Alosa missed number 1.
That wood was connected, but unfortunately needed the head pin to collect. Oh, the shot was there. Botte jumped it over. That's 10.
Alosa missed for a 9.
I thought, if anything, the wood would have helped out there and at least hit into the 8-pin, but no. So 10-pin advantage early on. Pinning probably the biggest difference in this very, very early going in second string. 5 out for Botte here to start. Alosa, oh boy, he's got it full.
Mark Milliken already got the convoy on Facebook on Candlepin Chat for me.
He's quick, isn't he?
10-4. We got a 10-4. We got a 10-4. Roger.
The moment you even utter the word Milliken under your breath, he's there. It's like Alexa when you're not expecting it to listen that well.
Great bit by Alosa on the tough split.
So sorry if I set off any smart devices in your home or house. Thank you for watching Candlepin Bowling Network. We sincerely apologize for the inconvenience.
Now, what if, as Botte gets another 10, I wonder if after the shot, John Alosa, 10 also, I wonder if Mark Milliken knows the C.W. McCall #1 song, Convoy, in the 70s. Greg's like, I don't know that song. It was a big hit. I'm not going to sing it. It's too high pitched for me, the chorus. I love karaoke, though, but I can't do that song. I can see Mark Milliken singing that song, though. #1, the Atlantic Candlepin Single Stroke Class E, Northern Conference. Douglas with a six-pack. Check his ID. Could be a Smoky on the road. Checking you. Doing a breathalyzer test for you. Hutchinson 1-3-6-9 behind the 3. Getting back to serious action. Douglas, the tornado.
Well, that was seriously rude of the Pins.
Seriously. Oh, what a shot that was for a spare. Joey Hutchinson on the board to start his second.
And again, Hutchinson ended that last string with a spare, and now he's got one here.
Douglas wins the best 3 out of 5 series, and those 5 pins left for an 8. Two newly formed teams this year, you could say, different looks.
It's interesting. I mean, we were denied the Douglas versus Douglas matchup here since Scott Douglas is on Central 2, but not in today's rotation.
Hutchinson slams 6, 5, 8, 9, 7. Decent wood, though, to maybe help in the middle behind.
They know they were too short to appear on camera, right?
Douglas missed right.
We had someone walking by here. I'm not here, I'm not here, I'm not here. Do not interview me,
Joey,
please.
oh, tough break. That looked good, didn't it?
Yeah, I guess the red line was looking too much towards the curtain and not enough towards the 7, but you have to try it.
Douglas takes the head pin, the object pin rather, 2 for a 9.
That's foul. $9.
I'm not chicken. I used to always tease Justin Kochi. He used to have trouble fouling. He did really good in the conference against the rollouts. The foul lights run. #1 seed with Will Merrill going to the final 2 rounds tomorrow at 12-3 in Scarborough, Maine. I said, why does Justin Kochi like chicken so much?
Nichols got that 4-pin to fall forwards. It almost took out the 2-1 in that order. Winiarz, yikes. 5, 6, 9, 10.
Nichols came off the wall, couldn't get back to the 2.
Another funny deflection ruins it.
Another grimace in his face. Must want to shake McDonald's. Winiarz in the middle pin.
There's one not far. You just go down Saratoga Street, get to the end there.
Nichols takes it out for a 10. And Kris, object pin, as usual, for an 8.
I mean, I like East Boston, but not really for the big surface parking lots, even though it does make it easier to get your car here, admittedly, but, you know.
All right, so the answer trivia question. Why does Justin Kochi like chicken so much?
Why?
He likes to foul.
Oh. I think the pun was similarly made on the Houston Astros foul poles.
Winiarz head pin hit, 4 in the 10. See if he can pull it over somehow. Matt Nichols 4-7, a bunch of wood in front, trying to barrel through it. He does, spare. 20 the ball through 2 and string number 2 of 3. All aboard Kris Winiarz. Try to send it right. Here comes the wood. Will it go? It is stopped by the other piece of wood.
It fell off the back of the plate, something. Maybe it collided with that.
It did barely. I think it may have gone otherwise. So it had clipped it down on its way out.
It was rolling.
Would knocked it down on its way out the door.
Just another friendly reminder, Candlepin is not easy just because there's wood.
10, 18 through 2. Top of the order. We'll get an update from Greg Gouillart in just a jiffy.
Thank you very much. Take a look here on your screen. All scores are unofficial, of course, until Paul says otherwise. Well, as he goes look at the official scoreboard. But 95-91 is what we have it as. And again, Central 1. Yep, we got that correct. So 4-pin advantage.
Test. All right, I got the right headset on here. All right, here we go. Top of the order. Scores are confirmed.
One extra spare here.
Always a pleasure working with you, Greg. Always, gentlemen, just elegance working with you. The soothing sounds, great personality, great guy, class act on and off.
I kind of threw on this flannel last moment, but that's why I'm on the radio. I'm doing the radio voice.
I'm dressed for TV in a sense.
And pretty impressive to get yourself here again with all the traffic.
Oh, what a try by Walker. It falls, barely spare.
Come on, yeah.
Fournier just missed the object pin in front of the diamond, 2 on the 4.
So Fournier does go back-to-back in the end. Or Walker does, excuse me.
Troy a 9.
I've missed a spare fill, I'm sorry. Got it. Yep, so it was a 6 fill and a 9 box. Apologies, folks. Dropped the ball on that one. Walker's spare fill is 7 now, and he's got a ridiculous split.
Trying to take the roof off. Miss left.
It looked like that wood wanted to come forward ever so slightly.
3 and the 5 for Fournier. 5 is the middle pin. For those who don't know the pin numbers, 3 is on the right. And Cliff, good pinning off that 5-7-10 split for a 9. Troy gains a pin with a 10. Troy's at 43. Walker at 48 through 4 on Candlepin Bowling Network.
So it steps up Rich Limone and Peter Penney. It reminds me of an idea I keep meaning of, like, we've never actually made a video of how to play Candlepin bowling, even though we have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of videos here on CBN, which you can peruse to get the gist for it. But in terms of getting the pin numbers and all that, there are little things that we could probably go over in a video, and I was planning to do it even, like, I don't know, maybe find some bowling center that we've never featured. My pet favorite is Needham Bowlaway, but there are others.
How about Harvard Lanes in Harvard, Mass? The newly renovated one. It's gorgeous. They got the grand opening on the 27th. Of course, I've got 3 matches that day.
Oh, yeah.
Women's roll-offs that day, so I can't.
Harvard Lanes
there.
deserves their flowers. That's a gorgeous place revitalized, and a great host for the ACST finals.
Everything looks brand new there. They got new sidewalls in also. Limone, good try, won't go. 2 in the 5. 5 middle, 8 left, 9 right for Penney on the triangle. And he missed left. 5 in the 9. Limone a 9. 21 through 3. Penney a 10. 3 10s. Good pinning for the captain.
Hey, we got a fantastic question in chat here, and thank you so much to everyone who's left one. Larry just asked a comment, where do I find standings and averages for the league? Well, unofficially, but very reliably, Alley Chat, our unaffiliated but wonderful friends over there on their Candlepin Content Network, alleychat.net, has week-by-week recaps that you can go to. That's ALLEY chat.net, and you can check it out there. They've got copies of that very spreadsheet with very detailed stats put together by League Secretary Michael Chichi, and weekly audio recaps, a few minutes long, from Kyle Bruce every week, a long-awaited return.
Penney 3-2 split. Limone 5 up, 5 down also. 4th block, 2nd string, East Boston, Massachusetts, Central Park Lanes. Limone got the 9. Penney trying to cut between the 2 and the 4, send it to the East Coast for a spare. But too far left. 2-6-10. What a great sport. It's unbelievable. Any bowler at almost any age can do this. In your Century Club years, you can do it. As a youngster, you can do it. Get the word out about Candlepin Bowling Youth Leagues every Saturday around 9:30 or so. Your local bowling center underway. Adults, senior leagues, all kinds of leagues.
So Penney gets his perfect string ruined with that 9 box, 39 through 4, Limone 29. So pinning is still significant there. 10 extra pins for Peter in the 2nd slot. Let's make sure this stays put here. But I've been really thinking about how wonderful it is that Candlepin Bowling is both accessible and a challenge. Anybody can do it, and sure, maybe you could call it the kids game, but it's heavily misleading because only the best of the best reliably score high in this frustrating sport.
It's like golf. A lot of the analogies to golf is Steve Botte is in parallel time. And sometimes you bowl Candlepin, you want to go to parallel time and change the scenario in your life, or the day, or the moment. Alosa spare.
Clever shot there. Use the left wood, shoot it across.
We should call it the Gouillart shot. Clever. The clever shot, right? You're clever.
Clever, clever.
Reverse triangle for Botte. You don't see us go too often. 4, 8 and back, 5 to the right.
Thank goodness it's the 3rd ball. Just clip out 2. Not that one, though.
8:28 through 3 in the 2nd of 3. Candlepin Bowling Network presents the World Tournament Singles Event November 4th. Team action November 5th and November 9th. Live all week. Monday through Saturday, November 4th and November 9th on Candlepin Bowling Network on YouTube. and Facebook.
I am excited. That'll be live out of Leda Lanes in Nashua, New Hampshire this time around, after we had the pleasure of going to Moncton the year before, so we alternate the countries quite simply. And we had an amazing find that we just posted to our YouTube page. More on that in a second. Alosa just hit on the 6-pin there. I thought for a moment he was going to cut it across. Now this is the 3-5-7, not quite the same lead for Botte, but a similar principle. He's going to have to cut this somehow, but he's too full in the 3.
John, a great guy at Buttwell's Bowling Center in Concord, New Hampshire. Helps a lot with the Candlepin for Cancer charity. And a lot of people donate up there. We've helped a lot of families up there as well, going through cancer treatments. And very loyal, a bunch of bowlers up there. A lot of bowlers in the Atlantic Candlepin Singles Tour, and they're all fired up in the screaming era to get their name out there and get a shot to move up the ranks.
And I mean, the ACST is a great streaming league. It's really arguably, I think Frank DeLuca and Mike Winiarz would quite rightly say, sort of the start or really the mainstream birth of the streaming era in Candlepin, because of the one-on-one matches. It's so easy to just schedule a common time and get the camera going and just get yourself out there.
And Bob Lee started the announcing aspect of it, 2021 or so. Joey Hutchinson for a spare, right between the eyes. Tim Ford, 7-10, wouldn't be surprised if he makes this shot. Throws about 46 miles an hour at peak speed. With the wood, he dunks it.
Not what he wanted there. That would have been fair had it taken it back, even though it comes off the curtain. Once you hit anything on the plate, that would be fair.
Oh, look at try Douglas and
There's a
9.
9-box. Now, I was going to mention something here that we actually just posted with many, many thanks to Rob Henderson, who was on anchor of the
I meant to mention that,
McLaughlin.
yes.
That's a tremendous find, and I finally had the time to convert the DVD and everything. But it's up there now on Candlepin Bowling Network with his blessing and his gratitude is mutually, I suppose. But
And he was a deadly pinner, too.
you can see it there as well.
Very accurate, too, overall.
So we just converted the DVD there. What's also amazing is that while I was doing that, Hutchinson 3-fill, by the way, Douglas is a triangle. What's amazing is that there's apparently also footage of the 2011 Worlds, which I believe was also, both of those were at Halifax, Nova Scotia's former Fair Lanes location. Now Fair Lanes only operates in Moncton, New Brunswick, where we were.
But that was a great final last year, wasn't it, Greg? That was fun to call.
But I don't remember where that 2011 channel was posted. But yeah, that was an epic final match.
Douglas robbed by the wood there, unbelievable.
I mean, everybody afterwards was like, holy smokes, what a final, or whatever choice words they had.
Hutchinson 9, 47 through 4 in the second to 3. Douglas, a Paul Grant special, missed the second, make the third. Never a good time for that, especially you're losing.
Even when the wood changes?
Yeah, it's a tough Paul Grant. I should make.
Come on, man.
Let's call it a tough Paul Grant special for clarification.
That's harsh. That's very harsh.
Yeah. Hey, what can I say? 36-4. Many shots like that in my career. Missed the second, making the third. Mostly by a smidge, as Greg likes to say.
I'm only Paul Grant. I don't make the rules, he says.
Kris Winiarz 3 as it bombs away, baby strike from Matt Nichols.
Whoa.
That's he avoided a split, Matt.
Vaporized.
And that was on a spare, right?
Oh, yeah.
So 30 through 3, 40 plus 2 through 4. Winiarz 2 in the 7. His team lost the first by 29. Good object pin again for a 9. 27 through 3. They're trying to make it 2 points apiece. They can still get 6.
Man, you guys travel all over for bowling, says Chad. Thanks, Nightmare. Great to see you again.
Well, Nightmare, I'll be in Maine, Newport, Maine, almost 3 hours away from Haverhill, Mass. Next weekend, Friday night, Saturday, and Sunday on Candlepin Bowling Network on YouTube. That's a fast house. You want to see fast pins like Millis? Check on Newport, Maine. That's the fastest house in Maine. Real fast. Newport Entertainment Center, Newport, Maine. Next Friday, Saturday, and Sunday on Candlepin Bowling Network. Mixed team doubles.
I miss ACST Maine. You mention it all the time, but rightly so. That Mark versus Mark ACST final match is a gem.
Mark Webb, Mark Carrier, absolute must-see match. The best 5-3 match I ever called. Mark Carrier, number 1 seed, number 4 seed. Mark Webb in the finals from Newport Entertainment Center, Newport, Maine. August 1st, 2023. Available free of charge on Candlepin Bowling Network on YouTube. Hit subscribe as well. Both with an 8-box. That means it's time for an update from Greg Gouillart.
Thanks so much. 8 box for Nichols. bring it back to the top. All scores unofficial for the time being, but let's take a look here. 204, that is. Check that one. I'll be right back, folks. Wait, this one I have correct. Stand by, folks. We'll be confirming scores in just a moment. Whoop. We're running over everybody. I have Walker too low. He should have had a oh, well, actually, the addition's off there, but yeah, 7 plus 15 is now 23, but
Okay, yep. Okay. Spare 5 is 22, not 23.
Fournier trying to chip away at that diamond there.
So, Greg, you are correct. They added the score by 1 pin in their favor on an innocent mistake. They fixed that. It happens.
Yeah, and no one's responsible. There is an ICBA rule, which maybe I don't fully understand the intention of you're not responsible for addition errors. I mean, bowlers have to check their scores throughout, but addition errors, technically, you don't have to verify box by box, I think, is the intention of the rule.
So I'll negate that comment then, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'll negate that comment. Negative, negate.
Something like that. Now, that back row collapses for Fournier, so he just has to get the head stick on this one.
Walker 4 horsemen plus a post. Fournier knocks it down. Spare. Walker, tough lead. He got the 7 somehow, but not the 10. Unbelievable.
Troy Fournier is becoming an increasing model of consistency here, and maybe we've just been missing it because he's been in league bowling for so long here, but he's been churning spares out pretty much every 3 boxes throughout the halfway point of this match.
I've seen him bowl a few times in Buttwells in Concord, New Hampshire for the ACST. He has been awesome. He's had his tough days. He was number 2 seed in the conference well up in Buttwells and the live show, the 3 seed actually. Bowled really well.
Hey, Mark, it's so good to have you. Welcome to Candlepin Bowling. It's a great, really challenging game. But yeah, the ball and the pins are small.
Mark is being sarcastic as usual. I can't imagine Mark Webber being sarcastic.
Well, you did mention Mark Webber in that ACSC final match, or I did technically. But
Larry Norton, just to answer your question, I mentioned earlier Central 3 won the first string handily over Millis. We'll get an update in their second string in just a moment. If Greg can take the play-by-play for a moment.
Yeah, sure. This is the 2-4 for Penney. Limone's try. That's a good first ball there. Nickel and dime, unfortunately, though, is the leave that stares back at him. Got the head pin. That's the thanks he gets. Penney's off the cap here, and that deflects the ball wildly away. We've seen that a few times with these Central Park Lanes pins where just the deflection doesn't go exactly the way you expect it to. Now, Limone's going to have to do a ridiculous cut here. He has to deal it right to left as well. That's his usual delivery. Practically no bowler would vary it up, essentially. I've heard one anecdotal example. I believe it was Lou Alberghini who would switch hands sometimes. Now, he seems like the eccentric sort who would try that anyway, even though I haven't seen it for myself. But maybe there's a video out there that I'm missing.
It was, we mentioned earlier, it's 6-10 to 5-61. Central 3 defending champions beat Millis in that first string here at Central Park Lanes. We'll get an update in the second string in just a moment.
Thanks, Paul. 4 out for Penney. Penney's had his last 3 head pins. Had a few looks here. Hasn't been able to convert yet, but still, Central won in a modest lead at the current moment. Limone again on the head pin, and this time he's broken it up. The 6-10.
Another answer to the second string. Millis right now is down about 10 or so, about halfway through the second string of the 3-string match. Down 2 points to none to a Central 3. Central 3 won the first, up by 10, almost halfway through the second.
Now he's shook his head here, so that's going to have to be waved off here, unfortunately. So 8 bucks for Limone. We credit him with the pins taken out beforehand. That does gain, however, so it is going to gain 3 pins against that Penney 5. So now Limone will be disappointed with that, but that is a gain, and it does shrink the margin down to single digits, although we do have Troy Fournier on that open spare. This is Stephen Botte here, 4, 5, and 7. I always recognize Botte most distinctly by his tattoos, most notably that sunshine one he's got on his elbow. There you see it on his left one, his non-bowling arm. Setback lead, close. We'll check the call on that in a second. Alosa has the 1, 3, and 10, but it doesn't come back there. Slow going on the marks here. Got 5 marks to 4 for Central 2. But the pinning is a dozen pins in Central 1's favor, and that's why they have the advantage at the moment. So a 10 for Alosa. And I'll score that a 9 for Botte. I didn't see an indication of a foul, and it's not my place to say otherwise anyway, so 47-5. It may well have stayed on the lane. And that's a great head pin hit there. Just the 5 left up. Only 3 out for Alosa. Only the 3-5-9. Botte's, yes, caught this single pin this time. He's let one get away earlier, but that's a good shot to make. Good crack at that for Alosa, but he's still got the 4-6-10 standing. So again, Central 1 now has 2 marks on their side of the board. Goes up against an 8 box. Now, I've been mentioning Joey Hutchinson's name a few times. We've been seeing him put together some mark chains here. He had marks in first and third, so doing quite well for himself here. Tim Douglas, meanwhile, has been finding his head pins on the past 3, and he's all over this one. Goodness. The power on that one. 5-pin drops. He's got wood to play his dead. Hutchinson, that's an also good shot. 4-7 wood sits right in front. Douglas's wood isn't as easy, but it's pretty good, and he covers it with ease. Hutchinson, yes, that goes as well. Matching marks, and now we have some interest. Spare and spare. So, still Central 1, you would figure, has the advantage in this moment. Has to be filled, though. Douglas. Yes, that's good. He has a great chance to keep this mark chain going. 8 pins, even though the wood's interesting. Hutchinson does split, unfortunately. 7 and 8 are the fills. 64.5 for Hutchinson, but Tim Douglas can build from here. 6-10. Just on the 10 pin. Didn't get it to go. Joey's crack at this. Almost clipped the right side of the 3 pin. Even though he misses the 3, that could have easily gone. A 10 for Timmy. And an 8 for Joey. Dozen pins now for Central 1. Paul Grant's doing some reconnaissance work right now, having a chat with members of Central 3 right now. Central 3, the defending champion from last season. This is a 35-week season for those of you who are new to the Friday Night Pro League. These points are determining the standings right now. Top 8 of 12 teams will make it to the playoffs at year's end, although the bulk of the prize money awards will be for your performance through the 35 weeks rather than just that one, because that just makes sense. That said, Central 3 won both the regular season and playoff titles last time around. Nichols, the 3-9-10, went on the left side of the wood. It spins out. Winiarz 1-2-10. This try, just on the 1-2. Tough sledding there. Matt Nichols takes a 9. Blanks right there for Winiarz. He's got 10. Taking a look here, we've still got an 11-pin advantage now. Good to have you all here. And looking forward to having you for Pro Series coverage as well. That's going to be the Saturday from tomorrow, a week from tomorrow. And for the first time in Candlepin Bowling Network, it's going to be from O'Lindy's in Quincy, Massachusetts. Looking forward to bringing action out of there. Honest to goodness, I have no idea how the internet is there because we've never asked, but presuming all goes well, we look forward to having that covered for you. That is pending some logistics for the Lindy's, I should realize. I can't put the cart before the horse, but we do look forward to having that come together. 1, 4, and 7. And Winiarz tries the aggressive outing. It's good. It's a 10 box. Take a look here. So 6 boxes here. Paul has got the instinct. He's going to score check now.
301? 307, 301? I had 312 over here, but... You have? I had 312, but hang on. Let me take the photos. 301 for them? 301's right for them? Hang on.
Back to the top, you go to Cliff Walker on the right, Troy Fournier on the left. Central 2, the visiting bowlers in their home house against Central 1, the home team. Central 1, the 6 seed coming in, Central 2, the 12 seed. Central 1 won the first. Cliff Walker 1, 2, 7. Troy Fournier on a spare, drops 7, 8. 1 of the 10, 71 through 6.
Yeah, more surprising pin action out of Fournier's ball. Off the wood, it's coming back for it, but it's going to stop short on the 10. Walker's out is a good one, I thought. Hey, it still is. That's 9. Against the 10 box of Fournier. Just confirming scores here and multitasking if you don't.
Central on 20 in the string, 49 in the match unofficially. Cliff Walker in the pocket, a diamond. Fournier in the pocket off the wall, drops 9, 10, strike! The pull stick from the 5 to the 10, nudged it down. 91 plus 2 through 8 in the second to 3. Walker missed the object pin. The 2 has the 4 to the left. In Central 1 trying to go up 4 points to none and get above 500. After getting to 500 after the first string win by 29. It's been a grind for Central 2 in this newly formed team, pretty much. Walker at 9, 85 through 8.
I mean, getting a talent out of Maine is one heck of an outsource for Central 2.
And to make things worse, Greg, Central 1 has a strike and 2 spares. For the first, third, and fifth bowl has nothing for Central 2. They've got time left, though.
Yep. Yeah, Botte has a spare. I'm not sure why it's not showing. Yeah, it shows up.
Yep. Rich Limone trying to spark his team. Just 45 through 6. Peter Penney, 453 through 6. Peter Penney on the nose, 3-2 split. 4-7 left on the right. Left to right, 3-6-10. Limone splitting 4 and 2. Too far right, comes back for a bunch. Unfortunately, the 1 and the 8 leave. Peter Penney missed the 3 on the right. Object pin, now the 4-7 left. Go for the short 2 here. Limone, a 9. 54 through 7, the second to 3. Penney in the field goal. 7, just 60 through 78. The captain's rather struggling in the second spot. But Central 1 has to lead by 19 in the string, 48 in the match. That's not a big lead, Greg, in the Friday Night Pro League game of the week.
It isn't, but it is being developed slowly through the pinning here, and it's now a 14-pin advantage in terms of actual pins knocked down. The pinning, that is, for Central 1.
Rich, the second lemon drop of the match, $2 for Candlepin for Cancer. 5, it's on a spare strike, 10 on a double strike. 20 for Tim Douglas. Penney wiggling the strike bid. Is that just the 3 pin? Is a 9 behind there?
There's a 9 behind there as
Okay.
well. There's
Yeah.
wood barely in between as long as you drive it straight back.
Let's try and work off the lemon drop.
He's done it before.
Good effort, 5 and the 7. Preferred that in the first ball. Penney for a spare. He will get it. 3 first, 9 goes last.
You always prefer some wood to none. Penny's got it.
Unless you live in Norwood or no wood. It said New England? Norwood.
Aw.
Limone a 9.
Oh, I
Just
miss
63
Norwood
through 8.
Sports Center. Thanks.
70 of all through 8. 20-pin lead for Central 1, plus 4 hits to none. And a 49-pin lead in the match.
Look at all those. Yeah, those marks are stacking up on Central 1's side. Goodness. That should be a heavy advantage for them, although still time remains for Central 2.
Aloha, half Worcester left, 2 in the 8. It's the halfway point of the match, this box. Stephen Botte, thin hit. In the pocket, lightly salted, 2-5 in the 7. Alosa got the pocket, goal post left up.
It's annoying the 2-5 is blocked for Botte.
Oh, the 5 won't go.
Yeah, and he got blocked by the wood.
Gets a giggle out of that one. Alosa with the wood. Almost got the 10, just missed as the wood fell behind the 10 for a 9. Botte, a 9 to match. John 80, Jon, Alosa. A-L-O-S-A, Aloha, Alosa. Stephen Botte, 73 through 7.
Yeah, 7 fill in a 9 box, excuse me. That should be correct now.
Okay. Still a strike and 2 spares for Central 1. Nothing for Central 2. Alosa goes right, gets 5. Botte just missed right. Not a bad lead considering 1-2-10. Wood behind the 1. Alosa for spare, just missed the head pin, no back kick. Botte looks good. He got it this time. Wood slides down the 10. 83 in a ball through 8. Alosa 10, 81 through 8 on Candlepin Bowling Network. Let's pause, 11.710 seconds.
Cancel. I need to still check this.
We'll get up there in just a moment.
I'm sorry, FCC. I can't do my legal ID right now. By the way, I still show all the scores as correct, so I'm not sure where the addition is coming about, but I show everything as correct. So we'll check at box 8. It's possible it could correct when they punch it again on the calculator.
Hutchinson, 1 of the 10. Tim Douglas in the pocket. Drops 8. He's got the 2 and the 8 half Worcester left. Wood to each side.
Douglas hasn't missed a head pin since box 1.
Tough break for Hutchinson on the object pin. Douglas for a spare. He got it with the wood. You sound like Yoda.
Use wood to contain shot, he does. Piece on the left side kept the ball in play, and that's why the 2 and the 8 both got taken out.
Feel force, not this crud. Food. Oh, don't mention food. Case McCool, he out there growling. No banana splits, right?
By the way, all the marks lit up for Central 1 now, firing on all cylinders.
That's a Yahtzee.
I think Penney's assembled a good team here.
Hutchinson trying to stop the bleeding. 9-pin drop, 9-pin left up. Wood to help. Douglas flies around the hay bale. The pack of 5. 84 through 7. The lead increases for Central 1. Hutchinson for a spare. Yes. 92 in the ball in the 8th. Douglas. Oh, what a shot. That's a bombs away baby spare, you could say. 89 in the ball through 8. Blistered the pocket.
There were 5 different pins, weren't there? You couldn't tell. They went as one. Meanwhile,
obliteration for Douglas, the tornado.
Meanwhile, Hutchinson's kind of been Doctors Without Borders, Médecins Sans Frontières. He's kind of just been doing his own thing. Meanwhile, I mean, Central 2's got some wounds to dress here, but he's still going here, and right now he's on 92 through 8, so not a bad string working all told.
Kris double strike to start the match. Right now, 55 through 6 in the second of 3. 1-2-7-10. Matt Nichols, a bundle of 5 plus the 10. 4 in the fill. 83, right? Or was it 79? 79 through 6, including the. You're quick, Greg. Hate to see you in a shooting range. A quick trigger. Winiarz, beautiful shot, won't go. Nichols, a high release. Great try. He's got the goal post also. It's football season. CFL or NFL, you make the call. That's Canadian Football League, Greg, or NFL, National Football League. When he has 9, Nichols also a 9, going for the 10 pin each. Nichols 88 through 7. Kris Winiarz 64 through 7 on Candlepin Bowling Network.
You don't get a point just for throwing the ball in the area like the CFL, but hey, they both hit a pin on that third ball. Good out.
Kris, 6 right, 7 left, a sea of wood. Nichols on the crossover, 7 to 9. Ooh.
Yeah, that wood missed a 7 though, and they're still going,
Matt's like, here we go again as Kris surveys the wood on lane 16.
There are pieces that are looking both at the 6 and the 7 pin. Can the ball connect with each one though?
Winiarz got it to go, spare. Needed that one, 74 on the ball through 8. No quitting this team ever. Nichols bounced right, no good, -1. That's a Paul Grant shot. See, I make fun of myself too, you know.
And everyone's doing the same. Oh, what a team.
Nichols a 9 officially. 97 through 8. Let's pause 10.1112 seconds for station identification from Greg Gouillart.
This is Candlepin Bowling Network on YouTube. Hey, thank you so much for watching, everyone. I mean, this is a second of 3 strings here. As you see, Central 1 has a heavy advantage here. They're tabulating the score. 430. 430. See, I told you the count would get right in the end there. Weeks got our scores confirmed here. Look at all these.
You know, like at the elections, they have a ±2 or 3 percentage point. Do calculators have a plus-minus also in those?
Well, yeah, that's actually just like a margin of error. That's a statistics thing.
No, I mean, calculators, I mean.
But yeah, when you're looking at polls or anything with having statistics, just remember, statistics means never having to say you're sure.
Are you sure?
Maybe.
Maybe means yes, right, sometimes? Or sure. Sure means yes, too, sometimes.
Sure.
I'm sure about that, maybe.
Fournier drops 8 on that strike.
Walker, what a try. Bounce the wood.
That was a real deft touch. It seems, I think almost slower or just more gradual than his usual deliveries there. You don't usually see that much variance.
Troy at 10, 109 through 9. Walker in 8, 93 through 9. 9 blocks to go in the second of 3.
Either that or his delivery's just particularly well suited to that shot.
Central 2 has hung on all night, but every string so far, the first 2 strings, Central 1 has pulled away late. He's up to 45 in the string, 74 in the match for Central 1. Fournier with a 2-1 split, 4-7 in the 10. Walker smooth ball, 2 accurate, spread eagle. 3-6-10 on the right, 2-4-7 on the left. Fournier trying to kick it over. Spins back, whirling and twirling. A light curly shuffle. Can't connect for a spare. 10 pin left up.
A couple of times Fournier's just ended up just a little bit light.
Walker missed the outer pin, chopped out the 4. Fournier in the channel for a 9. 118, second string. 2 string total, Greg, please.
Troy Fournier ends up with a, through 2 strings, 236.
Instant replay. Is he pre-bowling?
Yeah.
Bowling out, we used to call it, bowling up.
Now that does gain pins against that 5 box. Cliff Walker, unfortunately, 199 through 2.
98 second string, just 98.
Remember, Walker's been hitting a lot of head pins, but just hasn't been able to follow up there.
Every year, though, he's in the main opens. He was 11C one year, upset in the first round, upset a team, a bowl in the first round. He's always in the main states every year, in the top 12. Top 5, top 10, always competitive every year. Peter Penney, the captain, with a setback. That's on a spare, 77 through 8. 14 pin lead on his counterpart, Rich Limone, just 63 through 8.
Thanks to our friends in Canada for that setback leave. It needed a name, and you delivered.
Who told us the name, by the way? I know it's mentioned to us in Canada.
It's one of 2. They're both good. That's a spare, though. Penney picks it up with the right side wood.
Now, I forget who Nightmare is online. The Nightmare person on the screen. Who's Nightmare now?
It's the internet. They're allowed to be anonymous.
No, I'm just saying. Reveal yourself.
We will
show yourself to us.
We will dox you otherwise. No, I'm kidding.
Like a dark shadow.
Kidding.
Appear to me. Oh, what a try by Limone.
That's for the out there. That turned 6 into 9.
72 through 9. Peter Penney, 87 the ball through 9. He had a 127 first.
I'm doing my own research here, making sure we get attribution on setback.
2-4-7, 6 to the right. That was named in Canada also. We're told last year in Moncton. Limone, beautiful ball, but too perfect. Wobbling 3, middle right, 10 right corner, 2-4-7 to the left. Give that man a break. Penney with a try. Wood rolls to the 6, but goes the wrong direction.
7 fill that would have been before. Excuse me, I was. And by the way, Corey Smith.
That's right, Corey Smith.
He's the one who brought up the setback
right,
in Candlepin chat.
I remember that now. He mentioned me in person too in Moncton before we started the World Tournament. Limone, good bid, nothing to show for it again. 2-4-7-10. Peter Penney on the face for a 10. 104 second string, 231 for the captain for Central 1. Looking good for a 4-0 lead now.
Believe that sets you back. Setback.
Limone on 9. Disappointing 81 second string, 2 string total for Rich. 185.
185, yes.
I'm good with math, nothing else, usually.
That takes you a ways.
John Alosa, 81 through 8 on the left. On the right, Stephen Botte. 83 in the ball through 8. Central 1, 2 spares for them, 2 spares for Central 2. But Central 1, a 65-pin lead. 94 in the match. And just a few blocks ago, it's a lot closer than that. As he gets 6, 89 through 8. 1-3, 4-7 left. Alosa drops to 3, 1-7 right side, 6-10. 1 string after this. Botte, you got it! Wood clipped the 7 into the 4 for a spare. 9's a wild, 9-9-9, 99 to the ball through 9. Alosa. Wood comes back for the 1.
Where's that going?
10. He runs out of real estate.
That would have been a mousetrap spare if I ever saw one in the board game sense.
A 10. Never played mousetrap growing up. You did? Yeah. I like board games. Pachisi, Yahtzee, Skittle Ball was awesome. Skittle Ball.
Mousetrap's a silly game. It's literally a game mechanic to have the components of the game not work correctly. The game rules blame you if it doesn't work.
I hate Candyland too. You always get to the 2 spots when you get sent back home. Candyland, drove me crazy. Just saying. Botte, nice shot. He got it. The 4-1 goes. 115 the ball on the 10.
I'll sleep the smudge up.
Central 1 pouring it on. Once again.
Yes.
Peter Penney, remember, switched the lineup from second to third. He went from third to second, and Botte went from second to third. It's paid off so far.
Yeah, mutually, I would say.
I'm sure that's the reason why they're winning.
Yeah.
Alosa at 10. 101 second string.
Yeah, it brings up to 198. Alosa had a strong showing in the last time we were on stream as well, and that was a delight to see. Frustrating game, and sometimes it's so tough to be consistent in Candlepin.
Central will go up 4 points to none, and spread eagle after all that. 119 gets a mock cheer from his team, and good fun. 119, 2 string total.
But just like the game of Mousetrap, that's just has to be your fault. Sorry, no redress. 227, even though you hit the head pin, right? Tough.
Now, triple-digit lead in the match for Central 1.
Whoa, yeah, that's
surprising. They've been competitive.
But that's what happens when you have all the marks lit up for the longest time, and now the margin balloons.
And Douglas drops 9 out of the triangle.
Of course he did.
9 pin left up, clean shot at it. That's another setback lead. This is for Hutchinson. 98 through 8 coming in.
By the way,
92 in the ball, so 7. 99 through 8. Douglas missed right. Didn't need it necessarily for the string. Hutchinson, good bid. Tim's at 98 through 8 coming in. Paul Grant special, missed the second, make the third. Put a buck in, Tim. 108 through 9.
And Douglas still hasn't missed a head pin since the first box. Hutchinson 9. 108 through 9.
I've been teasing him for the Pro Bowls. Don't get lemon drops, but $1 for the Paul Grant special. We missed the second, make the third for a 10. Some are doing it, some aren't. So Matt's going to do the Paul Grant special instead. $5 cap, Matt. $5 cap a match. We'll put a salary cap at $5 a match, Matt. Help bowlers and their families going through cancer treatments. What a try by Douglas.
Whoa, 3-4-7 taken out.
Hutchinson leads up number 1. How about his brother Scott Douglas, twister? 181 last week. Triple strike on a match at Millis at Candlepin Bowling Network. And then he won the Candlepin for Cancer variety show a couple weeks ago also. And $1,200 and $50 in bonus money. Gave $50 back to Candlepin for Cancer. Each of the 10.
Good man. 10 boxes for each. Joey Hutchinson, 239, and Tim Douglas, 234.
Each of the 118 second strings. Final 2 boxes, Kris Winiarz.
What's wild is when Tim Douglas actually went on did the ICBA at Big 20, came in that agonizing second place, and then maybe there's some Paul Grant bullying, coercion, call it what you want. He got back in there and rolled better for those 5 strings. And he averaged something like 130-something throughout the whole day, or shy of it.
And Mike Watkins on wonders up there, Big 20. Kris Winiarz in the bonus. Right side hit 5, 79 through 8.
Yeah, Candlepins for Cancer roll-offs are 5-string. ICBA final is 5 strings. That's why I'm shamelessly equivocating the two.
Nichols split the uprights but couldn't get over enough on it. Kris takes out the 9, 1, 2, 4, 7. Nichols a 9 the object pin, 106-9.
This is rough going for Nichols right now, who's split in 4 of his past 5 and already had 5 splits in prior. He's just having a tough time against these pins.
Kris, nice 10, 89 through 9. Final box the second. Central 1, realistically going for 2 points. Outside, miracles on outside, chance of 4. You never know in this game. We've seen teams win by strings by well over 100.
Yeah, it's the Candlepin equivalent of chip in a chair, that's for sure.
Nichols half west to right, 3-9. Winiarz. Another split, 6 right, 2, 4, 7 left. Thanks for watching all night long. Share with your friends and family. Get the word. It's great and unbelievable game of Candlepin bowling. Anybody can do it, almost any age.
Okay, here's an account. We got who's using our official account? Please advise. That seems like Bob Lee's snark, but I want to know for sure.
Oh, it's weird.
Quote,
I was a kid, Bob. What do you say? I don't play Candyland now.
Let's read it. Candyland is bad for your soul. Teaches you that games take no skill.
Like 10-pin, right?
Bob Lee likes Board Game Arena, let's be real. 8 box there, and that is unofficially, almost certainly a Central 1 victory there.
Hold on a second, Bob Lee. Come on, Candyland is fun. Come on, it's a kid. Not as an adult so much.
Come here and search for a face. Yeah, it's Bob.
Candyland's cool.
Would you help with confirming the scores before we get into a flame war? 573 to 495 right now for Central 1 after 2 strings right here. Let's take a look at the full. 495 is a tough result for Central 2 to be sure, but we saw a higher one earlier.
572.
571? 573. I had 573. We'll confirm the scores in just a moment. I was pinned too high possibly, but we'll see. In the meantime, we'll reset the score and we'll plunge right into string 3. Remember, there's no breaks in between really other than the ball switching. 118, 103. I got it. Billy. There we go. That's Billy Shiner Sr. I'm calling out to 103. He's not on the roster this time around. Copying the scores, Paul, would you help out with the action here?
Okay, Cliff Walker sets the final string, splitting 5 and 2. Now, ugly. Good try by Fournier, leaves up the 8. And Central 2, just no luck this season so far. Much better than the record shows. And I'm sure they'll get better and better as the season goes on. Look at that out for Walker. Nice 9. Troy gains the 10. 1-pin lead early on in this final string. Central 1 looking at their second sweep of the season. 8-0 the first week. They were 19 and 21 coming in. There was 6 seed coming in. 12th at the bottom. Central 2 coming in. Very talented team. 6 right, 8 left for Walker. Triangle down for Fournier, 6, 9, 10. Next Friday night, Steve Kelly in the play-by-play. I think he's going solo. Nobody else is available. Academy 2 hosting Riverwalk. Oh, what a try by Walker. Once again, no dice. Fournier, meanwhile, almost got the 3-5 to fall. The executive producer at Candlepin Network is Mr. Candyland himself, Bob Lee. Walker 9. 19 through 2. Fournier 9. And we're tied 19-19, or correction, 19-18.
Yeah. I guess that would make Bob Lee the candy man. I mean, I don't know.
No, John Cadero is the candy man from Butwells. He eats candy all the time. The old Sammy Davis song in the 70s, the Candy Man Can. Big hit.
Oh, gosh. I think we just said it. Does it matter if it's the same person 3 times in a row? I'm so sorry, everyone. Rich Limone and Peter Penney.
His third lemon drop. Oh, boy.
Believe me, it drives nobody more insane than himself.
That's 3 of them tonight for him.
Paul's going to take a look over at the other scores, I believe. No dice either way for these bowlers here. Paul's going to take a field trip over there. Limone's going to work on this 5 and 10 to pin out. That goes high on the count. Hey, that's one way to take it out. And nice out by Penney as well. Captain's getting the pins on the third ball, so 9 for Penney and 10 for Limone. For once, I'll do a legal idea unprompted. Please do remember to follow us on both YouTube and Facebook on Candlepin Bowling Network. We're live in one place, usually both. We've had a slight preference for YouTube in recent times. We just like them better as a platform here, and Paul has the latest from the other match. Oh, go.
Ryan Millis on the road here against Central Park Lanes 3, the defending champions, Josh Daly's team. CPL won the first 6-10 to 561. They win the second 569 to 532. Up 4 points to none, a commanding lead the match. And how about Nick Norquist at 93-89, unusual for him, and they're winning big in the match. A good luxury. Josh Daly 131 and 111. The Terminator Charlie Collins on TikTok 116-104 _ Charles 1 _ on TikTok. Waters World Justin Waters 130 108. And how about Danny Harris? Only a 140 and a 157. 297 through 2. That is sick.
By the way, some pretty shot making there. Penney gets that 2-pinner. It's routine, but always timely to get a spare anyway.
For Ryan Millis, Brendan O'Dowd 104.94. Ryan Drago 110.95. We'll see you tomorrow at 3 p.m. with Chris Lafreniere from Western Mass. Kennels against any doubles final rounds. Dennis Green 112.105. Frank DeLuca, Valley Chat 102.120. And Corrado Pani 133 and 108. We'll see him tomorrow at 12 and 3. The Big 20 in Scarborough, Maine, any doubles. Final 2 rounds, 95% handicap tournament on Candlepin Bowling Network. Back to Greg.
John Alosa with the 4 horsemen left side. Stephen Botte, 3, 4, 6, 7. Interesting piece of wood, but not the object in any event. Alosa, I think wood ruined that shot. He was trying to ride it down from the outside. Didn't work out. Botte, this is coming back off the wall. Close one. I think, if anything, the wood ruined the shot in much the same way. Now they end up with the same third ball, and Alosa's got 10. Botte, we'll take a 9 on that anyway. The wood wasn't covering the 7-pin quite on that one. 105 for Central 1 is the margin right there.
John Alosa 138. Stephen Botte. A diamond, a girl's best friend, but not for Candlepin bowlers so much. 27% without wood. They convert. Stats by Candlepin Bowling Network. Alosa missed number 1. That's the 1 and the 8. On lane 16, back to 15. Botte looks good. Just missed the 5. Alosa takes a 9. 19 through 2. Botte a 10 after a 9. 19 also through 2. Middle bowlers. Tied early on, 57-57.
They are significant 2 points. I mean, oftentimes in Candlepin, it does matter how you start, but it also matters how much you finish as well. And those 2 points could be a big difference later on. If Central 2 finds their groove, they might be wanting those 2 points later on.
And still no banana split for Casey McCool. Is growling tonight.
Wait.
He's always growling.
I thought Tim Douglas threw the ball for it. It was full, and it did split.
Doesn't count, Casey. Sorry. Hutchinson almost. He's up to 2. Douglas 3-6, trying to get to the 4 left. He got it! Wow, what a shot for a spare! The Tornado touches down. 10 on the ball to start the third. Hutchinson at 10. And that breaks the tie. Right now it's 67 apiece, but on the bonus, in fact, 2 spares to none for Central 1, looking for the sweep. And Greg, I won't be able to help you, unfortunately, at the Lindy's for the Pro Series. I'll be in Newport, Maine next Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
That's going to be great. Do please feel free to counter program because we got to cover the state of Maine as well. Candlepin has a far reach, and I mean, Canadian travel is impractical for us on a frequent basis, but we appreciate you all up there. And I think probably the best way to know about the Canadian bowling scene present day is the Ripping the Rack podcast with Tim Matero, Brian Athern, and a Canadian who, after all, Calvin Locke.
7 for Douglas, 17-1 in the final string of the match. Hutchinson with the wood, barrels through, spare. Needed that one, 20 in the ball through 2.
Hutchinson is far and away the top scorer for Central 2 right now.
Douglas slams down the archer pin with the wood, but these are 7-9.
I mean, it's all straight lines with Douglas's shot. It goes either straight at the pin or straight not at it.
I don't do lines. I'm clean.
Yeah, I prefer squares. I like my type. But yeah, Tim Douglas has drawn a Joe Ashline comparison from one where he's just like a really powerful bowler, but sometimes the accuracy isn't all there, and if you just dial it in that little bit, you can be explosive when you want to. And Tim Douglas, who has won a Easter Classic, a model of consistency in its own right, that 20-string tournament, definitely has that both success and potential all at once.
Kris Winiarz trying to will his team to 2 points. Total out of reach right now. A tall mountain to climb for 4 points. 2 points for a win of string, 1 for a tie, 2 for total. Great try, denied by the 2. Nichols leads up the head pin, number 1. Winiarz right on as usual for a 10, deadly pinner. Nichols a 10 to match. Center 1 right now, up by a right hand, 5 pins, 92-87 on Candlepin Bowling Network. 1,300 videos and climbing free of charge. Something for everyone, semi-pro to pro action. Please subscribe to Candlepin Bowling Network on YouTube in high definition. Like and follow us on Facebook. Nichols spread eagle. Winiarz 1, 3, 6, 7, 8, back, left, right. Greg, you're on the technology. Greg, we're on the technology, the sound, and the commentary. Great try by the Wizard.
I'm pretty much the Lord High everything else in the Gilbert and Sullivan Mikado sense.
That was a singer, Gilbert O'Sullivan, Canada. Alone again, naturally, and Claire, 2 of his big hits. I'm Casey Kasem. This is American Top 40.
Yeah, Lord High everything else. My bowling is mediocre, to say the least.
When he has 9, Matt Nichols is 7, anchors away.
Paul used to average 110s. He's got the credit. I do not. Here's the scoreboard through 2. You see it here. Central 1, only a slight lead so far. 3 pins. Just Joey Hutchinson for Central 2, Peter Penney and Tim Douglas for Central 1. It's a 96 over there for Central 2. We're looking for 99 of Gretzky out of Central 1. We'll see. And those scores are confirmed. But now we're going to start seeing those spare fills come in, and who knows what next. I tell you, that Tim Douglas spare was tremendous. And that, so far in this very early stage of string 3, is the difference. Match total seems way out of reach right now, but not impossibly. Still a lot of bowling to go. 1-8 for Troy Fournier. 4 horsemen right side for Cliff Walker. There's wood back there. It should contain it all, although Fournier's pin goes wildly side to side, and this time it doesn't take it out. Action was front to back on that shot. Walker just takes out the 3. We've seen Central 2 do that a few times where they miss the head pin but clobber everything else. That's a 10 for Fournier, a 9 for Walker. Taking a look at Cliff Walker's bowling here, he's had a 4, 7, 8 split, 9 splits actually throughout the course of this match.
Millis underway in the third string. No pretense reporting yet for the score against Millis. Central 3 Millis. Millis down 4 points to none. Central 3 are tough. How about Exeter? Exeter's killing it this year.
Greg, what's your average?
Academy won also.
Like low 90s, and it's out of Ryan to Millis, which so deduct quite a few.
Fournier 6. Cliff Walker 5-1 split. Unbelievable.
Not that Millis isn't a challenge. You just have to consider the house effects.
Fournier, oh, the wood slide.
Excuse me?
Away.
I mean, you weren't hit, but you breathed on it, Pin. What were you doing?
Zigzagged away. Troy puts us misery for a 10. 29 through 3 in the third and final string of the match. Week 6 of 35. All coverage all year round, including the playoffs after the 35-week season on YouTube, on Candlepin Bowling Network, and or Facebook. Walker 35 through 4. Peter Penney having a pretty good night, Greg. 127 first.
Peter Penney right now is in 229 overall, and now he's got the spare working as well. Again, Central wants just firing on all cylinders, and Captain Penney, the architect of this team, this is still going to roll.
A couple more. It gets 5, 1, 5, 6, 9, 10, 24 through 2. Rich Limone trying to get a mark. 1, 2, 4, the 8 behind the 2.
Sorry, folks, we're at the counter here at Central Park Lanes, which is always nice of Chucky to just let
Oh,
us
what a
use.
shot for a spare for Penney. Sorry, Greg. 34 the ball through 3.
No, absolutely. Back-to-back marks for Penney, and again.
Now you pump this counter, it's like sense around. The old
Exactly.
Dolby noise reduction. Back then it was called sense around.
This counter's been around for ages now. I mean, we use the bowling spaces for the weirdest possible reason. We're so appreciative to all the proprietors who opened the doors and let us fit in.
How about the World Moncton? It was like a DJ booth. We were in the DJ booth, actually.
That may be one of my favorite ones as it happens.
It was
but,
cramped, but it was awesome. It was awesome.
Make sure you let the DJ get up there to play the national anthems beforehand. You know, that's pretty much it. And otherwise,
Only an 8, 28 through 3.
At times, Limone will sometimes outpin Penney right now, and the string currently is within 1 pin. The pinning in the match overall is, of course, way in Central 1's favor.
Penney in the spare in the pocket, 7, wiggling 2, 4, 7, 41 through 3. Who is this guy? Rich Limone, not Limone, Limone. 1, 2, 5, 9. Penney from the mark, looks good. Oh, the wood goes between the 4 and 7 like the game of Operation. Hey, Bob Lee, do you like Operation versus Candyland?
Well, Paul, that takes skill, you see, because you have the tweezers and you can't hit the edge. So by having that element of dexterity in there, that changes everything. Love you, Bob. Sorry.
10. That was good. I'm sorry I understand Mike Infrau does my impressions too, so I can't wait to hear that one. Penney 51 through 4. What a start for the captain for Central 1.
You make it easy with the catchphrases, in fairness, but.
Hey, Red.
Only a 7, 35 through 4 on Candlepin Bowling Network. Let's go to 13.5 second station identification from Greg Gouillart.
What else is there to say? We appreciate you all watching. Thanks so much for hitting the like button as well. That's going to really help out. Remember, even if you don't catch our videos live, you can always watch them on demand. And even there, you can always go back and see videos from earlier just by scrolling back on your YouTube bar. One day we will get instant replay. I keep saying that, but we do actually have a plan in place finally with what limited time we have to improve the channel.
And resources. Takes time.
It's true.
Watch a good try. Make sure you watch all those commercials. Don't skip them because we get monetization on commercials. Alosa can't get to the 6'10", 4'7", 6'10" rather. 6'10" to the right, 4'7" to the left. Botte field goal for an 8. I watch all the those 3-minute annoying infomercial. I still watch them. I'll just get a munchie or go to the bathroom or something like that, or look on Facebook, Candlepin shot.
That's, I'm sorry, I'm on the wrong.
Botte an 8, Alosa a 10.
I was on the wrong gosh diddly darn bowlers. Alosa, 29 through 3, and Botte 27 through 3. Bob says it does if you care about the gameplay. Oh, like so you make money every time you get an operation, I guess. I don't know. It's kind of weird to be giving the surgeons bonus money. I really don't think we should do that. Wow, you got 3 good heart transplants in a row. Way to not have the butterflies in the stomach. Come on.
Botte, what a shot for a spare. The horseman of the post.
At the plank in front of the corner there, that helped.
37 the ball through 4. Alosa punches out the 3. 1-8, 6-10 right.
Botte's been a good contributor to the team right now. He's had 3 marks in each of the prior strings. He's turning out these marks at a good frequency as well.
Alosa, tough night for him. Trying to get the Century Club. 36 through 4 to the 7 box. And Central 1 up a baker's dozen, making Casey look a little hungry. They have the match in hand. It's a question of 8 points or 6 points for Central 1. Tornado time. Tim Douglas rifles the pocket. 3 in the 6. Fair chance. Joey Hutchinson on the spare, just 5. 25 through 2.
It should be noted, we'd used that tornado nickname for Tim for quite some time now. We're thinking of you all down south, though, right there.
Spare, 35 of the ball through 3.
We know the hurricanes and the tornadoes that spawned have caused a lot of damage down there, and just it's tough to see, and we're looking forward to having you all recovered and repaired soon.
Absolutely. All the nicknames, disaster names, Tornado, Tsunami, Twister.
Exactly. And there's no harm in escapist entertainment, just at the same time, we're thinking of you.
Absolutely.
35 through 3 for Joey Hutchinson. Central 1, and again, watch those mark stacks here for Central 1, folks. You got the 2 marks open there, so including this one.
Douglas goes right, 1, 7, 8, 10, 6 on the spare, 41 through 3. Hutchinson, 6 right, 7 left, to spin it over.
Yeah, I did want to pin cam SCSA. Thanks for the comment there. I was hoping to get that on there, but just didn't get the chance to get that technically set up. Looking forward to having that on future broadcasts, including this coming Saturday.
Oh, what a try by Douglas. Just missed the 8. Thought he had it.
For the Pro Series.
Hutchinson with the wood. Oh, talk about perfection. Wow. That is a sniper shot right between the 2 pieces of wood. I thought, oh, I could do that. Greg Gouillart, the drop jaw. He looks like Kevin on Home Alone.
Oh. Yeah, that's a mind blower. Tim Douglas 9. We got the that's a 9 there. I mean, they didn't do like hands to face. That would be a true Macaulay Culkin, but still, Hutchinson gets 9 to match, 44 through 4.
I'll give it a whirl.
My jaw hasn't hurt this much since my wedding day. I was smiling like a doof the whole day.
Mine hasn't hurt since that shark movie in the 70s.
What was that?
My jaw hasn't hurt since that movie in the 70s, the shark movie.
Huh.
Jaws? Never mind, forget it.
Because Jaws.
A little slow there. Late to the party, Greg Gouillart. Usually sharpest attack.
Nichols gets ruined on a triangle here. I think that's the second time a triangle's gotten away because he didn't hit it quite the right angle, apparently.
He's had tough luck all night. Winiarz, he can't get a break either.
Yeah. Although it's been happening across the board, I think Nichols has been particularly susceptible to getting disagreed with by these pins, let's say, on his home lanes, for heaven's sake. 10.
His home lane's Abington, Massachusetts. What's Tim Lane's home of the chocolate chip cookie pizza. What a job John Pumphrey's done there. And now getting the Mass Bowling Association back on track its second year. Final box, this set of boxes. Update from Greg Gouillart for this next box.
4 horsemen left side for Matt Nichols. Winiarz, he's on the head pin. Yes, that's a good drop. 4 pin, not going to go down immediately, but that's all he's got. Big pin to get here for Central 2. They are not out of the string at all. Nichols, just the head pin. So a chance here. Wants to go right at it to be sure, and he's all over it. Spare for Winiarz after only losing 1 pin in the early going of this string 3 of 3. So although Central 1 is practically guaranteed to get their 6 points for getting total, still a lot to play for. 188. Let her have a moment, I guess, and then we can confirm later. 213. 213. Well, I had 203. I'll just
but that could be me wrong. So I had Walker and Limone 1 pin too high. Just a moment, please, and then I will. .203, and then what have we? Oh, I see what I've done wrong here. My goodness. Wow. So we had a scoreboard malfunction there. So actually, Central 1 is up 25 because Fournier was way too low. Excuse me, folks. It seldom happens, but that's why the scoreboard's unofficial. And in any event, Walker's going to take a 7 out of here, and Fournier's going to take an 8, and now I'll be reset here.
Well, don't forget, you have to give yourself some grace. There's no scoreboard, no telestrator. Telestrator, they call it, above, so. Billy Shiner Sr.'s got it right. They thumped Greg. Greg surprised.
Yep.
Greg usually doesn't miss a beat.
So the scores are correct here.
Fournier light assaulted.
Thank you, neighbor.
Broke up the 4-7's, got the 2, 5, 8, 10. Walker, 6 right, 9 left for a spare. He missed the target.
Nor did it come back for it.
Fournier also missed his target.
I'll take the full scoreboard away in just a second, but wanted to give you all a look at the correct scores. So we see Central 1 actually has a more significant advantage, but I still stand by that Winiarz spare on the end there, giving the team a chance on the end. And Walker does pick up a pick. 1 pin in and of itself will not salvage this deficit, but that could matter later if the marks start coming. Now we go back to the scoreboard to display this properly, and we see Rich Limone and Peter Penney.
Rich Limone is the only 3 lemon drops. Take 3 single lemon drops, $1 each for Candlepins for Cancer. $1 each. 5 and a spare strike. Only 2, the 4-7. Peter Penney, 51 through 4. What a great night.
Big time difference maker.
Just 5 in that first ball. Final string of the match.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching. Share with your friends and family. More importantly, invite them to bowl this unbelievable great game of Candlepin bowling. A sport for all ages, any age, just what anybody can do it. 1-5-8-9 for Limone. Penney got the easy one out of the way.
Interesting one for Rich. He's got to throw this one smack dab in the middle.
I've seen this league quite a bit this year for some reason.
They called it a flux capacitor leave on King of the Palace on YouTube. I know it's a former show now, but it was a well-produced show and still worth mentioning.
That leave, you mean the flux capacitor?
No, because the 1-5-8-9 viewed from above looks like the circuit.
7 for Penney, 9 for Limone.
You got it. Coming up. And there we go. Limone gains 2 pins.
Charlie Collins asked me a few weeks ago how many nicknames do I have for the bowlers. I said, I'll lost count. There's probably about at least 2 or 3 dozen anyway.
Hey, as soon as you digitize all the pieces of paper, we can get that there.
1, 2, 4, 8 for Limone. Penney, 1, 2, 7, 9, 10.
I say you will help
Thank you.
as soon as we get a chance.
It's only over 1,000 sheets I have bios. Just a few bowlers I've covered the last several years. Limone, this can go, but he missed the target again. 1 of the 8. Penney, great try, almost.
Penney really throws that from the right side of the lane. I thought he was going to plop that straight in the gutter, but for the fact that I know he's a better bowler than that.
Rich, a 9. 53 through 6. Penney gains the 10. 68 through 6. Central 1 has the match in hand. Can they win the string and sweep 8 points to none? They're up 24 right now. 1 spare for each side.
Sorry to keep that audio level low.
Sorry,
Trying to hit in the yellow there whenever I can, but
Stephen Botte on the left side for Central 1 on a spare. 37, John Alosa, 36 through 4. Barry's 8, 5 and a 7. So we can move that wood over. Botte in the bonus, right side, just 4, make it 5. Parallel pins plus the 7. 42 through 4. Lead is 29 minus a ball. Alosa field goal. Botte. Nice shot. Just can't get to the 7. Got the parallel pins. The 1, 2, 5, 8.
Yeah, that's impressive.
I believe.
That's it. Yep.
Alosa gets the 10 to go. 46 half. Botte a 10. 52 half on Candlepin Bowling Network, halfway through the final string of the match. Next Friday night, Steve Kelly, I believe, is going solo. Academy 2 hosting at Academy Lanes Pub 125, Haverhill, Mass. Mark Ritchie's Riverwalk Lanes. 7:30 scheduled start time live. Wi-Fi pending, will be recorded, uploaded to YouTube on Candlepin Bowling Network.
Attention, Steve Kelly, you're about to get started.
Same thing, 1-5-8-9, this time for Alosa. Botte drops 9, 6 pin left up. Alosa looks good, he got it! Masterful shot spare. 56 in the ball through 6 for Aloha Alosa. Botte to match. He does, spare. 62 in the ball through 6.
Now over to Tim Douglas and Joey Hutchinson.
Justin Kochi trying to hang on the number 1 spot tomorrow with Will Merrow from Maine, MERROW. Number 1 seed, Candlepin for Cancer. NE doubles 95% handicap tournament tomorrow at 12 noon, 3 p.m. Register Candlepins number 4, cancer.com. Walk-ins are allowed, $60 a bowler. Can bowl both shifts if you're not in the top 5, or if you want to move up the top 5. Douglas 6. Hutchinson 5 in the first ball, 2 in the second, 1-3-7. Tim 1-8, 6-10 right, 2 pieces behind for a spare. Looks good. It won't go. Or will it? No.
Huh.
Had a notion.
And then it fell the other way.
Joey a 9.
That was a bit of an Uno reverso, speaking of limited skill games.
I hate Uno when you have to pick up the other person's. You're 1 card away from going and someone gets to throw your deck and change hands.
Yeah,
They've ruined the rules of Uno. Let's go back to the original Uno game. You know, 4 wild cards, 4 draw, 4 wilds. Come on, guys.
Yeah, you could skip me with that nonsense.
Yeah. I'd rather play Candyland.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. Candyland was a great game.
It's all fun and games until your opponent gets the Frost Princess, and then there's some arguments.
Hutchinson, spread eagle. Douglas, same thing, instant replay. Match game PM with Gene Rayburn.
Do we want to?
What do you got, Justin?
What was your favorite game growing up, Paul?
Favorite game?
Yeah, to play when you were a kid.
Well, as a teenager, I loved Skittle Ball. Early single digits. I love Skittle Ball. That wooden pins by Aurora. What a great game that was, Skittle Ball. I love that game.
That's a fun game.
Yeah. Yahtzee was always popular in the family. Yahtzee with 6 kids.
Yahtzee,
always played board games in the housing project. Yahtzee. Parcheesi was popular. Of course, War was fun as a youngster, and Uno was big for us too. Didn't play poker growing up though. Never played poker.
So up on alley 15, we got guy Matt Nichols. Good bowler.
Thank you, Justin Kochi.
No problem.
Kris Winiarz in lane 16. Beautiful ball, but splits again. What else is new? Nichols goes left, just 3. So Justin Kochi trying to hang on to number 1. Find out tomorrow. Tune in to Candlepin Bowling Network just after 12 noon, just after 3 p.m. for the final 2 rounds. Trying to get the top 5 live show November 16th, 10 a.m. with myself and Greg Gouillart. Winiarz denied again. Tough shot.
Should be a fun day on the 16th.
Nichols just missed the king. He's had some tough luck also tonight.
Just one.
I'll tell you, Mike Walker's place is a really nice place to go. Family and friends and go out for a night out.
It's a great place to go. Shawnee clean as a whistle. Winiarz in the channel was 9, I believe.
Yep, that's
46 half. Kris Winiarz 55 half. Mike Nichols 46 half. So good luck, Justin Kochi. Hope you can hang on.
I hope so, Paul. It should be a fun time watching it at home tomorrow, and hope my name's in the top 5.
All right, stay behind the foul line.
That's
Winiarz
right.
9, a wiggle on the 7. All right, thanks, Justin.
Thanks, Paul.
Nichols 1-3-6-10, 4 horsemen right. Winiarz, great piece of wood in front.
Yeah.
Forget the one on the right side.
I think so. Well, the one on the left side would probably be more his
Left
speed, I
side.
would say.
Yes, right there.
Well
Piece of
dodged.
cake.
Sorry, Paul.
Sorry, piece of cake spare. Nichols trying to answer. Wraps on the 6.
One pin.
Again, so close.
One gosh darn gummit pin.
That's how I used to bowl. I missed my 1 pin. There's a 10. 56 half. Kris 65 half. Plus a ball through 6.
$1 in for that, too. Now Matt Nichols is going to go broke. Goodness.
Yeah, put a bucket.
Pins advantage for Central 1. 2 marks extra for Central 2. Well, 2 marks to 1 here. 1 extra mark for Central 2. So it's I can count. Scores are confirmed, folks. 310 to 286. 3-spot bowlers have matching marks there. Looking at overall scores right now, Joey Hutchinson is in front, is leading the way for Central 2. It is on pace for 340. And looking at Central 1, several scores in that vicinity, and Tim Douglas just ahead of that on 342. You see the splits here for Fournier and Walker. Fournier's 2-5, 7-10 gets left behind. This is the 3-4-6-7. Walker only clips the 6 pin and now has some work to do on the last one. May go intentionally left just to make sure he gets a couple. So a 9 box for Fournier. And yes, that's the shot you play typically. Almost got it to come forward, I suppose. Well, it was exciting for a moment anyway, but that's a 9 box. 24 pins up for Central 1. Thank you, everyone. A fantastic crowd. You do not all fit here at the upper level of Central Park Lanes. Not in this classic house. Walker close to a lemon drop there. Instead gets the 4-7 out. Fournier close. 10 pin is still up. Walker's still going to make up these pins against the 9 box. Central 2 wants to stay in this. Sure, the match total is out of reach here, but 2 significant points. They're all significant. An 8 box and 68 through 8. Drops down to Rich Limone and Peter Penney. The captains, coincidentally, of the squads. A lot of captains will bowl in the 2nd spot, I've noticed. Well, certainly a number of them. Paul is just feeding me a steady diet of chocolate. I'm not quite sure why, but I'm greatly appreciative to him for it. Heart of gold, I tell you, not just because you give me candy. I tell you what. All the work Paul and Al Johnson do for Candlepins for Cancer, I'm glad to be some small part of it as well. Anyway, 2, 4, 6, 10, and 1, 8. This is the 1-8 for Limone, I should say. Penney trying to cut this across. Just got on the 2-4 there. That at least collects the pins. Limone's pretty much just got to go straight at this head pin. The wood shouldn't really be a factor here. Just gets the 8 pin. 10 for Penney. That's well pinned out. That's a quality 10 there. 3 optic pins and all the pins. And Limone gets 9. We got plenty of time after, in fairness. Oh yeah, speaking of, I got to get some cabling going for the post-game interview, actually, if you don't mind helping me out a bit, Paul.
Sure. Peter Penney with a setback. Good rolling to the king, the 5, 4, 7 left.
Not with the cable necessarily, just keeping some eyes out there.
If I don't get 100 this game, I'm going to put in the other 5. All right?
Hold on, we get some money from Matt. Hold on, Matt Nichols give us a little challenge here for Candlepins for Cancer. What do you got, Matt?
So I already put in $5 for the first half.
For what's that for?
So because I'm under 50 at the half, $5. If I don't get 100 this game, we get the other $5.
Okay, awesome. Not double or nothing either.
Nope.
Okay.
You already get your 5.
Thanks, Matt. Make sure,
potentially get 10.
Brian List pays his lemon drops.
Brian List would probably be giving you the deed to his house.
I don't know if I want that.
Yeah, you definitely don't. It's probably full of ice cream. Casey McCool might want it, you know?
As long as the banana splits.
We should have an ice cream match.
We talked about the Casey McCool and Brian List, but he doesn't want to drive to Eppington.
Oh, man. We could find somewhere in the middle.
But they go to Augusta, Maine, though. I don't understand it. Just saying, Casey.
I'll have to drag Brian out somewhere.
Banana Split Bliss Bowl, Sunday Bowl.
There we go. See? Look at, we got ideas.
All right. Thanks, Matt.
Thank you.
Thanks for your generosity.
Matt Nichols on the mic just then.
Candlepin's Cancer is a 501c3 charity to help bowlers and their relatives going through cancer treatments. Do your part by donating any amount, $1, $2, $5, $10, $20, whatever you can afford. Candlepin's number 4, cancer.com. Candlepins with a 4, cancer.com. 501c3 charity. Donations via Venmo. You can send a check. Also, the address on the website, Candlepins number 4, cancer.com.
Now Alosa's gained immediately here. He's got 9 pins and a better leave. Not impossible for Botte, though, with the wood. 9-10. Gives Alosa a huge opportunity here, and he spares to start a chain of 2. Wood spins, Botte's got 10.
Also signed for all Candlepins for Cancer roll-offs, including the Riverwalk Open Rolls for men and women scratch, starting January. Candlepins number 4, cancer.com. Ladies roll-offs start next Tuesday. Central Park Lanes here, East Boston, Mass. 11 shifts. Let's go, ladies. 11 shifts to bowl in. Candlepins number 4, cancer.com.
All right. $20 from Alosa would be significant here. 19 and another also. Let's see. He's missed his head pin. He gets 6. $17 pins. And Winiarz still has a ball to tack onto that. Botte, that's too full. 1, 2, 8, and 9 is Alosa's leave. The left side could partially contain it, and it does! Alosa's got 3 in a row, and Central 2 is still in this.
That's a great shot by Aloha.
Botte takes 9. So 16 pins, but Central 2's got those 2 marks. If they don't fizzle away, we've got ourselves a tight string. Ball's going to take a check on the scores over there. And now we've got Joey Hutchinson and Tim Douglas. Douglas is on track for 342, even if he didn't get a single mark here. He splits here, so it will be difficult. Hutchinson, he's got a powerful ball. Look at this one, 1, 3, 6, and 9. Chance here, he's got to just dig right back into his 1-3 pocket. Douglas on the outside of that. That's why it skips around funny. Just the 3-10 out. Joey, just the 3-6. Wood's not going to come back either. No marks. Status quo for Central 1, which, again, it should be good for them just. Though these pins could change that. Douglas has 9. Hutchinson stays at the 9.
Just update, in the middle of this match with Central 3 won the first 2. They're in control of the match, but in the third string, just past the halfway point, Millis is up 20 on Central 3 right now. Central 3, number 2 coming in, extra number, actually Academy 1, number 1 right now coming in. Number 2, Academy 1, number 1, extra was number, I'll say it right, extra was number 1, Academy 1 was number 2 coming in. Central 3 is third.
Now another opportunity for Central 2. This time it's Hutchinson who's got the 5-8. First a check on the half Worcester. Douglas won't escape out of this one, so Hutchinson has a chance to now give Central 2 a more significant lead. His try, got it, and again, the 2 pinners by Joey Hutchinson getting the job done. 80 and a ball here. He had a bit of a drought.
Finish these 2 boxes up.
And Tim Douglas has a 10.
What a great sport, isn't it, Greg? For all ages, pretty much, and people at hundreds bowl this game. People 1 and 2 years old bowl this game. A sport for any age. It's unbelievable. Candlepin bowling, youth leagues, Saturday mornings, senior leagues, adult leagues, all types of leagues.
There's some contention of just like, many people grew up calling Candlepin normal bowling, and I see it in chat here. I appreciate the discussion down there as well. Many people call this normal bowling. Now, I don't think I would go so far as to say this is objectively better than mainstream bowling, but boy does it have a compelling argument because the strikes don't come easy. You have to work for them, and Winiarz just showed us a beauty.
Yeah, double strike to start the match
Nichols,
earlier.
that's straight down the hay bale. That's Starlight 5, and no go for Nichols. That's the other side of Candlepin, and it makes you appreciate the good things that happen just that much more.
It's a game of skill and challenge, like golf.
Now it's 7, though. That gives away half a mark if you consider an average spare fill is about 6.5.
And look at 2 spares, 1 strike for Central, 2. The marks are 3-0. And they're only down a field goal in the string. Match out of hand, pretty much.
Yeah.
Unless they strike out,
Yeah.
pretty much.
Conclusion, every form of bowling is a skill. We just like spares and explosive shots like those. That's why we love the sport so much. Maybe regional bias as well, but hey, we're glad you're here, and we're glad you're enjoying the show as well.
I always say Candlepin is real bowling.
Sure.
Winiarz.
Many do. That's 3 pins out for Winiarz here. That's on a strike, so he's got some work to do. It was a timely strike. Nichols will be disappointed with this one. Winiarz has got to get this. Got to get something on this strike. Even he's not expected to make the shot. Oh no, but he's only hit the wood in the middle and the fill is 4. Let's see what that's done here. It does give Central 2 an advantage still, but not as big of a one as they would have hoped. Nichols pins out for 10.
That's a Paul Grant special again. Missed the second, make the third.
Now he does gain back those 3 pins, interestingly.
Now, no offense, man. I hope he doesn't get to 100 because we get $5 more for Candlepin for Cancer, $10 tonight from him. So I'm hoping he doesn't get a mark. No offense.
We're politely rooting for a shortfall, but here
you know what I mean.
There you see it. So it's Central 1 with the numerical advantage by 2 pins, but in this third string, Alosa and Hutchinson, a couple of spares.
406 then, 408 up.
408 and 406. 406, yeah. And the scores are confirmed, 406 and 408. Hold on. Oh my goodness.
Ready for the interview?
Yeah, I'll get that. All right. What has happened here with this?
My microphone's gone spaghetti. It's all tangled up.
This is serious wire spaghetti.
Cliff Walker, a bundle of 6. Check his ID.
Oh, please.
18910 for Fournier.
Just please don't tell Limone. He was giving me grief for that earlier.
Walker missed outside. Fournier would to help, maybe. He almost got it. He's up to 9. Heck of a try. Throws his hands in disgust.
Fournier's night has been full of pins that have just been in the area and just not getting there.
Walker trying to clean it up. Gets 5 to 6 for a big 9.
Significant.
77 through 9 on the off night. Fournier gains with a 10. 84 through 9. 9 marks to go in this match. Thanks for watching all night long. Every Friday night during the 35-week season, Candlepin Bowling Network on YouTube and or Facebook. Some are recorded due to Wi-Fi challenges. We'll bring it to you live or the next day.
No, it's been doing. It has, that's true. And it's been doing very well tonight here at CPL. So thanks, Chucky, for letting us bum the internet for a bit. We appreciate it.
Look at this leave of Troy Fournier. Take a video of this one, Nico. What a leave this is. This is a youch, a yikes, and an ouch. Y-O-U-C-H. Webster, put that word in the dictionary. Youch. Cliff just missed the object pin for a spare. Fournier, he got it! Whoa, Nico, take a video of that one too! Unbelievable!
And what a time. That's Fournier's first spare after having to work for all those other pins.
Remember that shot, folks, the end of the match. That could be the game changer. 94 on a ball in the 10th. What a clutch shot on an extremely, extremely difficult leave for Troy Fournier.
So Cliff Walker gets stuck with 285, unfortunately. But on that, what was it, 6-pin spare there? Now, has to be filled.
On the bonus, beautiful ball, but 5. Frustrated with that one, but 15 beats a 10, 99. Final string, not what he wanted, but that spare 5, huge.
335 for Troy Fournier.
Gives him a 9-pin lead for Central 1 on the left, but they're down against 2 marks with the average fill 6.5. Central 2 is the virtual lead by 4. Strikes are 8.3. By the way, folks, that question about how many often you get a strike, a 120 bowler based on Candlepin Bowling Network stats. 0.9 strikes per string, 3.1 spares. Again, stats by Candlepin Bowling Network. Rich Limone, beautiful ball, but another one of these hay bales in the 10. 5-1 split, ridiculous. Peter Penney, left side, 4-7-8. Struggling all night, Rich Limone. Decent first string, tough second, tough third. And missed everything. Thank you, Nico. Peter Penney, what a shot, what a spare! That's how you do it. 3-1, 7 in the second. 97 the ball in the ninth for the captain. Two spares to one for Central 2. Limone, nice out, 8. 79 through 9 on Candlepin Bowling Network. 7 box to go. Central 1 is total. It's a question of will they take 6 or 8.
So an extra mark for Central 2, but now Central 1 should have the advantage at this point. Barely.
Single-digit lead virtually for Central 1 on the left, looking for the 8-0 sweep for the second time this season. In the first 6 weeks of the season, Limone plucks out the 3-9, the hated half Worcester.
You're halfway back to Worcester.
Penney, seen a lot of 3-1 splits tonight, 2-4-7 in the 10 on lane 15. Rich Limone, 1 in 5 chance to convert without wood. Stats again by Candlepin Bowling Network for pro bowlers. Another one is 1-8, 6-10 configurations. There's now the 6 goals. 1-8-10. Penney trying to slide it over. Too far left. 2-4 in the 10.
Hold on, Paul. I see your headset's malfunctioning there. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to just do that. This is not sabotage, folks, I assure you. It's just a case of that sometimes happening. Try that one on for size.
Headset number 2. Only in one ear.
That's fine.
Limone an 8. Peter Penney, a nice 10. Pretty shot. 113, final string, Rich Limone. Eight for Limone, 87, final string, tough night. John Alosa for a strike. Wow, the game of operation comes back again.
By the way, Peter Penney, 343. Rich Limone, 272.
Botte on the crossover, 9. Leads up the king, a wiggling 5. In that game of operation, he didn't hit the pins, the wood in between the 6-10 for a spare. Knocks it down.
18 and another. Let's get that properly in view, Gregory. There we go. That's 4 straight spares for Alosa, by the way.
Botte a spare to answer.
Good response. Time
97 the ball in the ninth.
It's getting good here.
11 pin lead for Central 1. 2 spares to 1 for Central 2. What a battle. Alosa, beautiful pocket shot. Somehow just 6. Maybe 7. 116 through 9. Botte, beautiful ball. 8. 4 in the 7. 5 over the Century Club. Alosa trying to kick it over West Coast to East Coast. Missed it.
That's the idea, though. Hit the cap and try to get it to go this way and that.
Botte for a spare. Missed barely on the right. John trying to get the short, too. Does for a 9. 125 final. That's more like John Alosa. Botte missed again. Same spot for an 8. 113 final string. 4 boxes to go here in the third.
Steve Botte at 113 brings him to 340. John Alosa, 323.
The lead is 11 for Central 1.
Basically a single figure.
Down on marks. They still have the virtual lead right now. Central 2.
There is
trying to get 2 points. They need at least one more mark.
There is at least one bowler anxiously looking at the score sheet right now and
Hutchinson drills 9.
hoping it goes well.
Great chance the 4-pin standing up. Tornado time, Tim Douglas for a strike. 9 himself. He's got the 8. And the Hutchinson was a spare fill. They take the lead. Cut to the 2. Another one. Back to back. Huge.
And this is why we watch every frame. It's getting good at the end.
Down 2 fingers right now. Can Douglas match? He missed it.
By a board. That's it.
And Central 2 can take the lead. Hutchinson spare next.
Not that's it for the match. Far from.
Tim, a Paul Grant special. Missed the second. Make the third for a tough time for a 10. 97 through 9.
That's how it goes sometimes. Third ball, it's so easy to just drill it right back into the curtain when the pressure's off.
3 boxes to go. Central 2 on the right. Down 2. The only mark from Joey Hutchinson
Those
for the lead. A spread eagle. Ouch. But they take the lead from 2 to 2. 497, 495. No marks on the board. Douglas. 3-6 right, 7 left. He can make the shot. He went similar earlier.
By the way, it's better to have that pin than not.
Hutchinson, what a try. Made the 3-6-4 earlier, I believe it was, without wood.
Douglas's wood is not looking at the 7. This is tough.
Oh, he sliced it over, but couldn't get to the 10. Put the emergency brake system on.
He overcut it.
Hutchinson 9 off the eagle, maybe a 10. Taps to 3 for a 9.
No time limit. Don't hit the button until you're sure.
112 final string for Joey Hutchinson. Douglas doinks it for a 9. He can't believe it.
Though we do want to go home eventually. Traffic might be bad the other direction.
Tell me about it. 106 string for Tim Douglas. 2 boxes to go. 2 boxes to go. It's a 2-pin lead for Central 2.
Sorry, Paul. Tim Douglas 340. Joey Hutchinson 351. Told you he was going to be the X factor for this team.
Kris Winiarz 96 through 8. Matt Nichols 73 through 8. 2 boxes to go. 2-pin lead for Winiarz's team on the right. Trying to get a mark to help put it away or 2. 1 and 3 wiggles, 6 holes up straight. 136 Nichols 73 through 8. Half west to right.
These pins are going to be huge in a second here.
Winiarz for a big spare. Up the wall, just missed the 6. How close can you get? No luck.
Still, though, he leads in pins.
Nichols trying to work out of it. 1 and 5, almost. He leads up to 6 also.
Good bounce back. That's going to leave Nichols in this in the last box.
Big pin. Winiarz a 9. Nichols to gain. Does. It's a 1-pin lead in the third. The match goes to Central 1, but it's the string for 2 points. An 8-0 sweep for Central 1 on the line, a 6-2 win. The other way.
Yep. Scores are unofficial, but we do show it as 1, and we've been score checking throughout.
Winiarz 4. Nichols, beautiful ball, 8-5 in the 10. Wood rolling in a more favorable spot, I think. Let's see where it lands, and it rolls away.
Yeah, I don't think that.
Unbelievable. No wood, no luck. And Winiarz can pin out. He'll win the string unofficially. Trying to get it here. No. Makes it interesting. We have to go for all 3. 1 pin is confirmed.
Sorry, Paul. I'm not sure why the headset is betraying us at this moment. Just hold still, I suppose.
Nichols. His job. Winiarz.
That guarantees the tie. That guarantees a tie on this string.
Crucial shot, needs them all. He missed it. A 7 in Central 1 gets the sweep. And Kris, so accurate, not that time. 112 final string. Matt Nichols a 10, 93 gets $5 for Candlepin for cancer. But not getting 100, $10 overall. But what a tough heartbreak finish for Central 2. Swept again and go to 5 and 43. And Central 1 improves to 27 and 21 on the season. What a finish. The final score of the string from Greg Gouillart.
There we are, 5-4 to 5-2-2. I'm just going to check in real quick here. Overall in the match, by the way, marks were 6 strikes and 34 spares, a total of 40 marks for Central 1 to 29 marks, 40 to 29 for Central 1. Central 2 had 4 strikes and 25 spares. And the pinning was 43 in Central 1's favor throughout that match. And just then, even though Central 2 had the extra strike, the pinning was significant, and there were 16 extra pins.
Millis was down 6 late in the third string, but they're up 3 marks on their favorites. They have their virtual lead, trying to get the 8-0 sweep themselves. So we have the totals on the screen for all the bowlers, Greg, the 3 strings possible?
Oh, yes, of course.
Please.
Why?
We'll try to talk to one of the bowlers if we can.
I'm gonna take your headset away for a second there, Paul, and then taking a look around the scores. Peter Penney, the high score for Central 1. Joey Hutchinson had the highest score of anybody with that 351, but Central 1 an all-around good effort there, and that's how they come away with 8 points. Would you test that microphone, please? No, Penney 343. Can you? No. Tell you what. Well, that's not going to bloody.
Test 1, 2. All right, we got audio now? Yes. Greg was unplugged. Okay, we get the microphone plugged in. All right, you guys want to say it again? Take 2.
Wrong
What do you
plug.
guys say?
They fell asleep the third string anyway.
All right, Peter. Hey, great night tonight for you.
Thank you.
You've switched the lineup from second to third, worked out. You had a 127 first, 343. Not bad.
Yeah, not bad. I'll take
Lucky
it.
win that third string. Chris, a usually good pin and missed
I
that
know.
chance.
Yeah,
You
we
win by 2 pins and take 8 points to none.
Yeah, we fell asleep during that match, but hey, we'll take it.
You go to,
100, we'll take it.
you go to 27 and 21, 16 coming in, trying to move to fifth tonight.
Yeah, we're a brand new team, so we're still coming together. We're trying to figure out what the lineup's going to be. But I'll take the start. Over 500, we'll take it.
What do you think the difference has been this year, early in the season so far?
The chemistry is incredible right now. Everybody's has one goal. It doesn't matter. No one's selfish. It's just want to win. Everybody wants to win.
You got a 3-letter word for going 8-0.
Wow.
All right, Peter Penney. Thanks so much. That's great and unbelievable game of Candlepin bowling. Central 1 takes the sweep over Central 2. Back to Greg Gouillart to wrap it up.
Indeed. Thank you very much for watching. On behalf of Paul Grant, my name is Greg Gouillart, and on behalf of everyone here at Candlepin Bowling Network, thank you so much for watching this presentation of the Friday Night Pro League, and until next time, so long.